This is Q Talk America.
The following broadcast contains adult humor, language, and topics, along with partial nudity. Actual knowledge is used sparingly. The show is a result of a lost bet and a bad game of rock, paper, scissors. It's The Show with Clayton McKee. And now, a man with a face for radio, Clayton McKee.
Oh, good evening, everybody. It is for the first time in weeks. We've started the show on time, and we're all here. I think that deserves a round of applause just for that.
That's the first time in
For a long time.
30 days without an accident.
Because you don't know how to make?
Yeah, because you don't know how to make.
This might actually count as a technical, though.
It could.
Because
The universe is...
somehow Marnie got here well below the show started. Now, there was an advance warning that Kat might be late, but got here well in time.
That's true. I like to warn people, just even in the event.
Oh, that's very fair. I appreciate that about you. I like to be forewarned and then be surprised.
Here I am.
And I would forewarn you, but duh.
And it's always good to set the expectations of others low so that when you do something like, wow, you're amazing.
Oh, yeah. I'm a firm believer in...
You make better.
No, you got to go in like the toilet.
Jesus Christ. Al has
Is
learned...
that sign language for poop?
Yeah, something.
No, I don't know if it's real sign language, but it's the Goldbergs. Because that's how she tells them. Do you got to make, honey? Schmooshy? Do you got to make?
Smooshy?
Thanks,
Does she
Jenny.
say smooshy?
Oh, yeah. Oh, the names she calls the kids are hysterical.
Oh my gosh, Al, and his new sign language. It's a beautiful thing. Well, hey everybody, welcome. God, the chat room's already off and rolling. Joy from Canada and Jenny and Aaron from LA. I don't know who else is in there because I haven't seen the other names, but here we are.
Hi, guys.
You're out there too, so welcome to it. It's
You're out there, too. It's always reassuring. You exist.
good for you,
Hello.
Amina the Kenyan. That's good to know.
Oh, there you go.
My
Well,
God.
we have to,
Oh, that's
tell
nice.
where people are from.
Because the fact that we don't, and the fact that we don't actually read all the words.
Oh, we can't.
And so I have trouble when Amina and Anant talk back and forth because I
Right.
just see the A.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's a good point.
Yeah.
But if I spring for and pay for the premium version of that chat room, it apparently will tell us what country what country they're from.
That's just more for us
That
to
feels
read.
like
city.
too much. Yeah, that feels like too much.
I'll ask you when I'm ready to write it
I know.
down.
Yeah. Please, calm
And
down.
I do take very careful notes.
You,
Yes.
you
That
always
part
have.
is true. So,
Very.
can I tell you about how much coffee I had today?
Please.
We can't tell.
I'm going to
Is
join you in
that
just a
some in
minute.
front of you right there?
Yes.
And he brought some for me to make, and I made it. And I'm about ready to have some.
There's still more. So I got up and I had my usual Verissimo Americano from the crack down of my kitchen. Delicious.
Delightful.
Yeah,
Sure.
very nice.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, yeah, that's the shit.
Get ready for hour 2, bitches.
Probably coming up faster than you think. So then we go to Casey Moore's, and I could hear the Cartel Coffee Lab calling to me across the parking lot. So, the siren song of Cartel Coffee Lab. So I go in there and I have another Americano, the large size.
Well, sure.
Like
Well,
Drink
of course.
most of that, and then as I'm coming home, I realize, I do want to buy a pound of or 12 ounces of coffee for $1 billion because it's a lab. It's a
Right.
meth lab, I think.
Absolutely.
It really is, and I shouldn't say that because they're delightful people.
Mark them down as never a sponsor.
Exactly, not a sponsor.
Never a
In
sponsor.
unrelated news, local coffee shop gets raided by...
Band's podcast. Oh,
Exactly.
it's rated by toothless homeless people looking for...
Looking for Sudafed. So with my
ATF is en route.
pound of flesh that I bought there, or coffee, I came with a free of their ice brew.
That's so nice of them.
And he brought enough to make a pot, and I did.
Yeah, so then I went home and ground some of the crack, and I put it in a thing, and you could watch a playback of how wrong that went.
Somehow
That did. It went very
ran
well.
over everything, and like
We're about to go
Our
live to
cup
Tammy
literally
Tanaka.
run us over.
Asian reporter Trisha Takanawa is live in the kitchen.
Trisha Takanawa. Always
Trisha, what happened? Well, it overflowed. Back to you. Thanks, Trish.
That always makes me laugh. It never fails to get me.
Man, she's everywhere. It's either we're going to go live to a midget in a bikini.
Yeah, the midget in the bikini too. But Trisha Takanawa.
or the other one. And now it's time for the Blackie weather forecast. Blackie, it's going to rain. Thanks, Blackie. And they just go right on.
Oh my god, so
Fucking
wrong.
Family Guy.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And now it's time for Trisha Takanawa live at the coffee maker.
Gone really wrong. All right.
Wow.
I feel like today was a bad day to go without booze.
Something.
I would have never give up smoking this week if I knew Sissy was gonna die.
That's very, very prominent. Ow, ow, ow.
Ow.
Your prayers mean so much.
It's called aversion therapy. You can ask him. He explains it much better than I do.
I paid $500 for a rubber band.
Such
Okay.
a great.
Oh my God! I'm exhausted. We've only been on the air 5 minutes.
Well, the show's over. Off we go.
I can't imagine how the people all of you people out there feel.
They're
the masses.
wondering about
you
our
know.
life choices.
That's right.
We have
3 hours and 5 minutes brought to you by Cartel Coffee.
We.
talk about 5 pounds of shit in a 10-pound bag. Strike that, reverse it. 10 pounds of shit, 5-pound bag.
There you go.
Cup runneth over.
Mercy.
Okay. What'd you do this week, Kat?
Well,
Even though I drove the train directly off the tracks, I'm gonna
you
try
brought
and
it
drive
right
it
on
back.
back.
Yeah.
Good for you. Well, apparently I'm not drinking enough coffee in my life.
Yeah, that's a good point.
We were gonna talk to you about that.
We're gonna rectify that.
There
real
wasn't
soon.
time to make an intervention sign. But
Good call.
What did we do? So my brother-in-law is intermittently in town this weekend, or this past weekend, and then this coming weekend. They
Okay.
came for a visit. We had a nice visit. We went to a spring training game, which is, as it turns out, when you get the lawn seats, just baking like
Yeah.
Oh.
yeah.
bacon in the sun.
You are on a cookie sheet at
Right.
that point. Yeah.
Just laying out
Greased
there,
and ready.
just sizzling away.
Yeah.
But
And
it
it's
was-
relentless. Like you start to root against the baseball players.
Well, you know what happened was,
Can this end quicker?
Hit the goddamn ball.
yeah.
Just catch the goddamn ball. Make something happen.
Oh,
Walk somebody
terrifying.
16 times, they score a fucking run. That's when
I
you
know.
realize how boring that game is.
what happened was I actually just started to drink more because there was a little bit of a breeze, and so it was delightful on the way to the bar and on the way back from the bar. But as soon as you sat down on the damn blanket, it was
I think that's just- I don't know
175
if that's a
degrees.
breeze or just you walking.
Either way, it felt wonderful.
Exactly. It's a great relief from just sitting there.
Yeah, and apparently I have conditioned my body to require alcohol every other Sunday.
Well played. Well
yeah,
played.
Yeah,
I
because
remember being your age.
Good. Good use of biology.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Judges approve.
because I kind of started out in a little bit of a terrible mood and awfully uncomfortable. I got up, I went to the bar, 3 sips into a beer. I'm like, oh, I'm a happier person now.
Life
Apparently
ain't
I
so
needed-
bad.
Apparently I needed some liquor.
Got it.
Thank God for that.
Yeah, okay. The great equalizer. Booze.
Yeah.
Social lubricant. She remembers fondly. That is how I remember her.
I don't know.
Who cares? Who fucking cares?
I should never give him coffee. Look what I made.
Never.
I barely had 3
Don't
sips
know
of
what's
this.
happening
That's
over
about
there. I don't know if I can.
And you'll soon know the limit.
It may be the bananas in the smoothie I made because this has got frozen fruit and water and a powder substance.
Well, she's not doing a cooking show anytime soon.
Yeah.
This network is not known for cooking good
Rachel
cooking
wrongs.
shows. Not good ones.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler.
It's powder, and you put some in there with water.
It may be Bisquick. I don't know what it is. Fuck you. Al.
Tasty.
Cat, back to you. Trisha
Same week.
Same week.
Later that same day.
What did we do? Spring training game. It's almost Pride. Almost ready for that, which is good because I feel like
You'd like it to be over?
Want to see the other
I feel
side
like
of this?
I'm at the actual limit of things that I can manage and accomplish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like if one more thing came along that I needed to do, I would say fuck it to all of it and leave the state and never be heard from again.
Yeah.
Because that's how I
feel
quit
like that's
things.
the
Like I
same
don't.
thing that happened last year. Though.
Yeah, sure.
Like it's always
this
time.
week.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've got 2 book fairs coming. I've got dramatic
always
things happening
crazy.
there. People, why can't people just be pleasant? What happened to politeness?
The fuck are you talking about?
What happened to
Cat.
politeness?
It ended today with
be
climate
nice.
change.
Just be
hap-
nice.
Just be nice.
Whatever happened to class?
Yeah.
Because apparently
Just be nice.
it seems that in friendships, people are either all kinds of up in your business, like
Yeah.
uncomfortably, or you can't be friends at all. Like, what happened to that,
Yeah.
like, nice medium, polite, we'll, see each other when we see each other and even intentionally do so. But what happened to the
happened to
buffer?
that?
Where's
Well,
the
the buffer
buffer?
would be
The
intentional.
buffer. That's what you're looking for. The buffer.
Where's the buffer?
Buffer gone?
Buffer's gone.
Oh, I hate when that
I
happens.
don't even know. And it may just be because I'm low on patience,
Yeah.
But
yeah, but still.
I work with a close talker.
You know what you need?
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
You know,
Who's like,
beer.
I'd like to have a conversation with you from a polite distance.
right.
Like,
How do you feel about Poughkeepsie?
exactly. It's one of those. Okay, first I have a gynecologist, so you can back up a couple feet.
I totally agree.
Gently.
Gingerly.
Gingerly.
But I think I'll be much more relaxed when we do this again in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Because
Things will have fallen
projects
off
are
the
starting
plate.
to fall off the plate. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
sure.
soon summer will be here, and I'll have nothing to do, and that'll be lovely. And
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Look forward to
Have
that.
hours and hours planned for the sofa. That's television.
Or drinking beer.
Or both.
Yeah.
both.
Oh my God.
Right, why can't
if
you
there
do
was a
both?
way to drink beer and watch television,
Oh.
imagine how happy
No,
our nation
I was
would
thinking
be.
of the get out of the house and be able to go and.
I can also. I know several
knows how
bars
to
that
leave
have
the house.
televisions.
Yeah, I can leave the house, watch television, and drink a beer.
That's
Oh my
right.
God.
I believe I have a fair amount of influence at a couple of bars that I
There
could
you
even
go.
just go watch what the fuck I want.
Exactly. That's true.
And drink.
Ooh, look at you,
true.
big
It's true.
uppity
I'm-
bitch. They're all
Listen,
It's kind of what I was getting at.
Yeah, do you know who I am?
I'm kind of a big
Have you
deal.
met me?
kind of a big deal. You're Kat Carlson, for God's
Pat
sakes.
fucking Carlson.
Part of the
Don't
VIP
forget it.
Memorial Lounge.
That's a true
The
story.
memorial is
It is.
silent.
Memorial
Yes,
is
it
silent. Oh, and I'm so excited! My T-shirts. They told me they'd be in by Friday. I've got another batch of T-shirts with a black V-neck for one Clayton McKee.
No, Clayton's happy.
All the
You can't tell, but I am.
You don't have to wear it. I don't care if you wear it.
Oh, I'll wear it.
All right.
I'm not sure when.
I'm gonna make all of the nephews and niece and in-laws and my children wear Kat Carlson T-shirts of
I think it's
various
very smart.
rainbow colors to the parade.
That's right.
which
Pimp
is gonna
them
be
kids
lovely.
out early.
right.
Get them
Absolutely.
used.
Right. They're not just children, they're billboards. I mean,
That's what
really.
I'm saying.
Yes,
I
that's
know.
it.
I know. And when the Echo magazine photographer gets a hold of those kids in those T-shirts, let me tell you, that's cover material.
Yeah,
right
yeah.
there.
I can see it coming.
I like it. I think that's going to be great. You get the kids involved. It's a whole family thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
gonna be lovely.
you just know when it's gonna work. So one of the drag shows, the Halloween drag shows, we did the rehearsals, and the photographer for the Scottsdale
Love it.
Chronicle or
Right.
whatever the fuck it's called,
Who
Oh,
cares?
that's cool.
he comes in to do a little piece about the thing that's coming up, and Tim, what's Michael Jackson Tim's name?
Bishop.
Tim Bishop
Ah,
is in like his little like semi Michael Jackson Beat It costume, but
Yeah.
not really. And I'm watching him like sitting against the mirror in a dance studio, watching him in the mirror, and I have like gym shorts and a t-shirt and a bald head and dance shoes on, character shoes. And the photographer looks, I'm like, I know it. Like, I know what this, it's a good picture. Don't you fucking do it. I've composed it in my head, and it's compelling.
It's a nice picture, but don't.
He did, and it was the front page of the art section of the
Good for you.
Scottsdale Tribune.
Sure.
Who cares?
Who knows? Gazette?
Something.
I'm not sure.
Literally, no one reads it.
Fill in.
And we're talking 15, 20 years ago, too. How long?
Oh, people used to read. Sure.
No, well, I'm not going to get mad about hearing 15, 20 years ago, but I think Tim Bishop's going to come through that microphone and stab you.
It could happen.
I've seen her recently. She can't reach this far anymore.
Oh, she can. Still tall.
Well, would you look at that? Hi, meow.
Hi, man. Do you know what Tim's
Been a
doing
while.
these days?
Joey's with us?
Do you know what Tim's doing?
Yeah,
these days?
landscaping.
Yeah,
Growing
his
trees. Yeah.
got his own
Business.
greenhouse business and everything called. Oh hell, I had it last week because I would look
Tribune, Gazette.
No. Thumbs up, green thumb you. I forget what
Thumb
it's.
down.
I've got a gynecologist.com. I
I've
don't
already
know.
got a gynecologist.
I've got
Why
it.
wouldn't it be Bushes by Bishop?
Oh, look at you marketing.
look at
You
that.
are. That's your
Yeah,
calling.
just on.
Yeah,
Really?
exactly.
Yep,
I'm a whiz.
Good call.
You a funny lady.
Oh, no. Every time we think an Asian's going to come back.
Well, they're not.
They're
No.
not.
No.
We just can't win. We can't win them
And I'm
back.
excited that it's another show with accents. Marn, what are you,
Yeah.
what are you up to?
More.
Well, y'all, we've been.
You can't go wrong
Yeah,
there.
That's
Howdy.
Yeah. Proving that Meryl Streep is
So,
overrated. Our
she
accents
is.
do that for you.
Overrated. Absolutely.
We transport you to other places.
Let's see. What have
Across
I
the
done?
table, down the table.
Something. So I got the Waze app with Keith Morrison. That's one thing, which was
It's
fantastic.
enjoyable as
It is.
hell.
It is. You're there. or
Are you? You've arrived at. Yeah.
Yeah.
He
I
didn't
do.
kick in as early as I needed him to, but I did use him
Yeah.
for one city block. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I used him from
I kept trying to
La
turn.
Pinata to home.
La Pinata to home. You know what I mean? Even he was like, listen,
Right.
sir
You
or
know.
ma'am.
You woke me up for this?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but every time that I went to turn, like, take a different route, I was hoping that I would get chastised or something. Like, listen, bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
no,
Now
but-
we have to
Yeah,
reroute.
exactly.
But
Or do we?
when I overshot some turn and he wanted me to turn around, that's when he made the comment. He goes, "Make a U-turn in a quarter of a mile. This adventure is getting mysterious." But I've only heard it the one time.
But
That's
it's
very
hard
funny.
unless you're in Palm Springs or Palm Desert, and that traffical nightmare. That's everything's a U-turn
Sure.
because it's all 75-mile medians on side streets.
That's annoying.
So you always have to flip a bitch and go back.
Because left turns are dangerous.
I guess.
Dangerous.
Yeah, I suppose.
I go out of my way not to make a left turn
Do you?
sometimes.
Oh.
I
Aaron
really
does
do.
the same
So
thing.
does UPS.
No.
I plan a route based on right turns.
Oh.
I mean, I
Yeah,
always
we'll
feel
do
like
the
I
same
won
thing,
something.
and
If
I'm like,
anything
oh.
is right turn in, right turn out, I have been awarded
Oh
a
yeah, and
prize.
if there has to be a stop on the way,
yeah, I mean,
there's no left in, left out. That's for sure.
no.
Maybe I can make a left in and then a right
Because
out.
I don't need to ruin my karma by destroying 5 people behind me's day while I'm trying to make a left turn out of the Safeway
Because I'm
parking
gonna
lot
take 7 years
like
to
an
do it.
asshole, right?
Oh, that's annoying.
I can plant a garden and watch it grow while that shit happens. So I heard something about lunch was all I heard. Did you go to lunch with someone? Did you eat a meal?
It's the second
today
most
was
important meal of the day.
Today was a delight. We, my mom and my mama die, and Clayton's
mama die.
mama die went to lunch, and it was
Well, you've already
A
pluralized
delight.
die, so what do we do?
Huh?
You know, dice turns into die, so
Oh,
if there's 2
that's
die,
the-
then what the
the-
fuck do you do?
Well-
now you're fucked.
Dies.
Yeah. Oh,
two
my God.
dies.
2 dies. 2
Yeah,
dies.
2 dies.
Where did you go, by the way?
We went to Anzio's Pizza. It's on, it's Anzio's. It's an Italian, cute little Italian place on 28th and Cactus, 28th Avenue.
Oh, gotcha.
okay.
Yeah,
Got it.
or
Okay.
20th place, whatever. So figured it would be. The delightful part was that I thought, well, it'll be close for your mom, and how exciting! And if she doesn't, isn't familiar with it, then she can have
Pizza?
that. No. But it's just like a no. I'm gonna knock your
Wow.
ass out.
Mom, if you're listening.
Is she still in the radio?
Do you need to make? Anyway.
Al might need to make.
And I thought that it would be, a delightful new place to go, whatever. Meh. And then I thought, I'm gonna say 11:30. I'm gonna tell my mom 11. We're gonna be fine. Fuck. It's like it just doesn't fucking matter.
Did you get there at 2:00 in the afternoon?
Yeah.
No, we got there.
Are they waiting for you now?
Yeah, she's still. Well, she hasn't eaten lunch yet. But
How long are they going to hold that
Left,
reservation?
left our moms there. Gonna pick her up after the show.
But it wasn't. My mom is using a walker, and it wasn't her fault. Like it was me.
She's having you drive. That's the problem.
Good call. Good call. But yeah. Anyway,
Could have rickshaw cabbed it over there and probably made
Get
it
that
better
lady in
choice.
Uber stat.
Seriously. Anyway, it was a delight. It was
Okay.
a delight. It was really good to see her.
Yeah.
And
Looks
your mom
lovely.
looking, how's she doing?
She's doing well. I mean, she, a lot better than she has been.
We're on the mend and
We're getting there.
Learning about pizza.
Healing roots. Learning about. Well,
Now,
she had
how do you
never
pronounce
had.
it? Paisa?
Oh, and also,
Piazza?
is mom also learning patience? That's there. I think that was the other thing we're trying to get her to figure out.
No.
Or do we have the Valium and a blowgun now so we can...
No, actually, she's. She goes to get
How's
up
that
and I'm
banana
like,
taste in your nose?
Oh, it's good. I can just see Marty in the kitchen just waiting for her to walk
Yeah.
past the window to
Try to get up. Just try to
Try
get
to
up.
get up.
Oh, there you go. Sit back down.
sit down.
Yeah. Plant your ass. But yeah, she's.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to blow it right in your
Yeah,
neck.
yeah. Swear to God. Try it. Don't sneeze.
I can't think of his name, but all I can picture now is the guy who voices Earth on
Morgan Freeman.
No, well, Morgan Freeman. and
Attenborough.
Attenborough.
Oh, Richard
I can
Attenborough.
hear him narrating your hunt for your mother.
That sounds so exciting. I want to listen to that.
After winter.
Fortune
See, it
favors
goes
the
to-
brave.
Now it sounds like Hunger Games. I don't know what show I'm watching, but I'm
It is.
I'm
And that's what they
in.
do when they show the hunt and there's something and I was like, Fortune favors the brave.
Formerly the speed of a gazelle, the walker inhibits the elder, making it easier for the attack.
That's right. There it is, the shot.
And she's down for 6 hours.
Oh, that would be a delight.
Marnie is,
God bless her. No, God
Marnie
bless
is
her. God
free to
bless her.
move about the country for
God
5 hours.
God bless her.
We are playing a really hard game of Threw Mama from the Train right now.
Erin, you
Again,
clumsy
a movie I've never seen.
Pull
Shocking.
me about.
Me neither. I've never seen
But
it all the way
We've
through.
not seen
A couple excerpts I've
But I
seen.
get the reference.
Oh my God. It's
Apparently, Mama
fantastic.
gets thrown from a train.
Yeah.
Erin.
Guess so.
So,
I just fucking love her.
because it's a remake of Strangers on a Train, right? Where they make the pact to each do a murder for each other, and since they've never met, they won't get accused
Yes,
of it because
yes.
there'll be no way to
Yes.
attach them because they've only met on that train. So
Correct.
I think Throw Mama from the Train is like a
Little off-
reprocessing
right. It's very
cheese,
cute.
if you will.
I'll allow it.
It just makes me laugh.
Now it's Ernie's birthday any minute now, or has it already
Tomorrow.
passed? Tomorrow.
The same as Mama Di. She and Mama Di have the same.
Why did I forget that? We just talked
birthday.
about that on when I saw you Saturday.
Yeah, Friday.
Friday, Saturday.
Yep. So that is exciting. What else? What else? Nothing.
Okay, just nothing.
I mean, it's just
What's
been.
your fat? What's your hat? Fat, bacon, and what?
Fat Ranch and Winery.
Winery. What? Where? What?
It was in.
I don't think name calling's appropriate.
Well, I look at myself in the mirror, so fuck off. In Fredericksburg, Texas, it's
Okay.
a winery that, as I was driving back from when I went to Austin
Okay.
in October, I was driving back, and little did I know that they had wineries all through Texas. And I thought, well, that's just fucking weird.
These
How
fuckers will
else are
grow
you
wine
gonna-
anywhere.
How else are you
Yeah.
gonna tolerate living in Texas?
Yeah.
No shit.
Right.
So,
Valid point.
There were a lot of.
I just hear the phrase dry county and I pucker up. Fearing that I'll never make again.
There will be no make.
Hey, what's the sign for constipation?
Actually, that's enough. That's the only sign language I
No,
really know.
no, that's
Yeah.
full.
Yeah.
That's full.
But it means enough,
No,
too.
but we'll cap it.
Yeah.
Just cap it.
Put a cork in her.
Put a cork in
Just do
it.
it.
Exactly the bullshit.
That's bullshit.
I know. And it makes sense, too. It's one of those
You
ones that
gotta
you
do the
really don't need
horns.
anyone
You
to...
can see it,
Yeah. Go ahead.
except they don't whinny.
No, whatever.
Usually.
Fuck you.
I'm just saying.
I mean, your Winnie's kind of
Wow.
lost on the deaf, but... It's really not your target audience for sound effects. I mention it only in passing,
Solely animation.
just in the spirit of demographics.
I'm so glad I made it on time. I would have missed everything up until now.
Oh my
Oh, it's
god.
fantastic.
And there's
Fantastic.
no closed captioning on this
No,
feed at
no,
all.
thank God. Can you
And-
imagine?
and pity
can
the
you
fool.
imagine that fucker trying to keep up? Jesus Christ! God damn it! What? Yeah, no.
He-
Hard to
Sitting
do.
up-
You know, I actually applied to do that once.
I can't even.
I can
imagine.
tell. Have you ever seen closed captioning go by?
It's brutal.
When it just turns into a stroke
Oh,
alert?
it.
The closed
Again,
captioner slurring.
yeah. Never watch a really intense movie with someone who's deaf and closed captioning because it doesn't translate. I
Oh.
watched Amistad with someone who was deaf, and they were laughing in parts that were not okay to laugh in. Like all of a sudden they burst out laughing, and I'm like, oh, no, I don't think so. But you know,
Well,
but it's fantastic. What a good week though. Just busy, and
And-
we went to a Sunday. We went to, they had a kind of thing in the park, as silly as that. It was at
Picnic
Margaret.
party.
No, but it was
Concert.
Margaret T. Hance. They had
Festival.
it at the Hance Park, and it was like
Food
they had
trucks?
a couple of food trucks, but really small. It was.
Set the scene for us. Maybe we
Was
can
it-
figure out what
was
you
it-
went to.
God damn it! Just keep asking questions. I don't need to give
It's
me
Was
like
it like
fucking
Cook
Chris
Phoenix, the
Matthews over
birthplace
here.
of the Cat Carlson Memorial VIP Lounge?
it's like getting interviewed by Chris fucking Matthews on MSNBC. I'll answer it if you'll shut the fuck up.
I'm
True.
trying.
That's fair.
I'm
Harrison, what
getting
did my
there.
face do?
What is she doing? Harrison, huh?
I don't know. Apparently, I'm killing Harrison
mean, it's still on
with my
YouTube.
face.
Maybe it's frozen right now. They said that things were frozen up there. I don't know.
Let it go, Elsa.
Let it.
Would you like to build a
But it
fucking
was
snowman?
very nice. We just sat out. We took picnicky stuff from a new place
Picnicky.
that. Well, because it wasn't like really a picnic. It was.
We've established that.
Fuck.
We
It
asked,
was-
you said no.
Absolutely not.
Would you like to pick another holiday or activity to do in the park? Is Maury there?
Was
Was
it a
it Tuesday?
breast?
Was it a
God, I finally remembered something I did over the weekend.
And I have no words to describe it.
And
Fucking
this is
wonder.
the
I'm like,
payback.
yeah, I don't know.
Shit
I got
over
nothing.
We don't know what to do with the fact that you have stuff. Otherwise, we just bypass you.
I know. I don't know.
Nope,
All right, come on, one more time. Try.
YouTube is going good.
So
I
you,
just
are,
checked
you,
it.
you brought food to the park, but it wasn't a picnic, and you saw food trucks.
Right.
Was it a cake? Was it in the
But-
rain?
Here's
They had beer and wine.
here's
Oh.
the scene. You're at the bat mitzvah.
Is this the Glickman bar?
Yeah.
You're right. Exactly right.
Oh,
You've
it's
studied
not.
up on your Yiddish, so you'll know what's happening.
Exactly.
Or
Oy
Hebrew.
vey.
Something.
Any of that.
Look,
It wasn't Hebrew. I still would have come. From the First Wives Club. You didn't invite me to your son's bar mitzvah. It was in Hebrew. Okay, there is a limit to how much coffee you should have.
We haven't reached it yet, though.
Not there.
We're not there yet.
It's much further.
No, not there.
Anyway,
Okay, so I'm not
that's all.
helping.
No.
Okay.
That's all.
What else would you
How
like
did
to
it
share,
end?
Lauren?
Did you put the things back in the basket?
I said there wasn't a basket. That's why it was like a picnic thing.
And we're shopping for
And
baskets.
now they're shopping for baskets. Al.
God damn.
Oh, speaking of shopping for baskets, how was your week?
Oh!
My sister's been here for this lovely weather.
Yes.
And it has been very nice, and we've been exploring the many restaurants and places of Phoenix. We did a pinata with Doug and Clayton, and we did French Grocery. We've been everywhere. We were at Mali's.
I haven't been there in a few
Right.
years. When I saw your post,
I saw that you checked into BS
so
Fest.
good. And we went, and so it
How
was such a
fun.
lovely day. We decided to walk to a bar.
Okay. Yeah.
And
weird. Yeah.
it's
Go
such a
sit
beautiful
inside
day. We should go
dark
to a
place.
movie.
Yeah.
That's
So we went.
That's what I do on
let's
all my
go
lovely
inside.
days.
Yeah. And because, we've been up since the crack of dawn,
Yep.
I texted Mike to see if he was working. He was like, eventually, but bar's not open yet. I was like, oh shit, what the fuck time is it? So we got there, it
9.
opened, and posted it on Facebook, and some people.
were you there with Mike?
Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
So he was there, and a charming host, and there was all kinds of former customers that makes you sound like a hooker.
Former clients. Well,
Johns, if you will. So there was some people there that I knew. It was fun to catch up with everyone and have a cocktail, and because the doors are open, some breezes coming in, filled with cigarette smoke. But it was just charming, and we had Chinese food yesterday. We walked around Tempe Town Lake.
It's a nice walk.
Today it was lovely, and the Tempe Center for the Arts has a little gallery in it with an actual live docent who wears docent. I went to take her picture.
Yes.
Because she actually had her name tag said docent, and I was like, God bless you
Well, there you have.
for knowing what your job title is. And that was, Southwestern Art, looked at it, some comic book stuff. They had some cool, and I don't know what the connection would be if it was just that whoever donated this particular batch of art had some connection. So I don't think they were trying to pretend it was Arizona related. But they had cells, the animation cells of Hanna-Barbera, one from Hanna-Barbera, one from Chuck Jones, and
Woody
then one
Woodpecker.
from
Friz Freeling.
Yeah,
Friz Freeling.
yeah, because he's the one that got Yosemite Sam and a couple other ones. Like they're Chuck Jones cartoons that he kind of worked on and added his own magic to, part of the Warner Brothers or whatever they were. Like I can't remember who the other one was. Yosemite Sam, and there's one more that he kind of took over the drawing of.
I have a Pink Panther cell.
And he's the Pink Panther on his own. That's without Chuck Jones.
Got it.
That's
Nope, I
that was
have
the other thing he was
one
known
Pink
for.
Panther cell.
So it's kind of cool if you're down by Tempe Center for the Arts. It's free in the afternoon, so you get to walk outside and
And it's in.
get some sun, and then you go in, and
Okay.
it's there's the lobby for the theater. There's crap over there, and then there's a gallery to your left. Clearly, we did not venture to the right to find out what was beyond that curtain, but
Got it.
we'll just call it crap for now.
The last time I was there, they were doing a blood drive, and I was there to see a play. They're-
Other than that, how'd you like
Yeah,
the
my
play?
American Cousin. Yeah, what were you saying?
they're just multitasking that particular venue. Because I was there
Yeah.
to see American Idiot, and in the lobby they have they were setting up all of these stalls
Why
and
did
booths
they
and
make
stuff to
such
do
a
blood
nice
drive.
play about Al?
American Idiot. Isn't that thought?
Well, I just had to do something because you've just been up.
Now, doesn't it seem a little odd that they'd be setting up to take blood in the lobby of a theater where more often than not they have bars open and you're already blotto and you can't give blood anyway?
Social liberty. They give blood with it. I don't
After you drink, you can? I wouldn't think so.
I mean, you might bleed a little extra, but I don't think that's gonna.
Well,
I don't think anybody's gonna get drunk off your
no,
blood.
No, I just wouldn't think that they would take blood from somebody who'd been partaking?
Dear Google.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think they.
These are just assumptions
give-
based on when you go give blood. Usually you're stone cold sober and all that stuff, and you go to a nice little.
Well,
truck.
not everybody at the theater drinks either. Like,
I don't know who those people are.
yeah, I've never met them.
They don't go with us.
I have to be careful with having because I don't want to have to pee.
Valid.
That is the only place that I don't get, except for one time when the people on stage cared less than I did. Then I was like, I'm gonna feel free to go to the bathroom.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a urinary break.
Yeah.
So if you would like to go.
Oh, and that's not true. I did it recently. The second act of The King and I couldn't make it because I had too much water at dinner.
Oh.
But luckily, I could perform The King and I if they needed me to. I've seen it enough times, and the kids were singing, so I'm like, I'm gonna pee.
I'm gonna go.
They're gonna
You're in
sing
luck,
about
it's
a map.
coming next year.
Yeah,
can go
but
see
we
it.
just saw. Yeah, and I would happily see it again. I love it because it's the Lincoln Center tour that we just saw at
okay.
the Pantages, and it's beautiful.
Oh, good.
The what they travel with from Lincoln Center is just lovely. So it's been just a fun week. Oh, and we went to the Niagara Falls picnic, and that always cracks me up that enough people live out here.
That is funny.
Seriously.
I don't
Yeah.
get
There's-
that.
I saw
I mean,
that. and I
it's
was
not
like,
it's
what?
not gigantic, and there's a lot
I
of people out
wondered
of
how
town.
that got out here because I'm like, why? Because you're going to Vegas. Why? That just made me laugh.
Oh yeah, but they were coming in for the picnic and then combining forces. So some people could come to the picnic the one weekend. Some people could do both. Some people are just coming to Vegas.
So are they? This may
but it's
sound
still
odd.
not a huge. It's not a huge amount of people.
No, but this might sound odd, but the question I have is, are the two connected, or is there just an annual? Just there's enough
There's an
freaking people out here
yes,
that
there's an annual Niagara Falls picnic.
they just have it, and coincidentally, there's going to be a reunion in Vegas following it.
So why not try to combine the two?
Okay, gotcha.
And then there's some
I
people
would
that
have
try.
never thought there'd be enough people out here for that. That's kind of that's interesting.
Yeah. And then it's the end. It's the end of winter, so people want to come to the desert Southwest
Before it gets
the
too
grand
fucking-
staircase,
yeah.
right? And and this week proves it. I mean, these fuckers are never going home.
Beautiful.
The weather's so gorgeous. You would have to put a gun to my head to get me on an airplane.
Oh, but
Seriously,
have
yeah.
you looked? By the way, Kat,
And I am getting on an airplane, but I'm going to Vegas where the
Right.
weather is
Have you
equally
looked
lovely.
at the weather for this weekend?
It's knock on wood. So far, it looks
Looked
lovely.
76 on Saturday and 80 something for
Yeah.
Sunday, but I'm good. With
And the
that.
and the
Sunday
terrible
morning
happy
will
about
be-
the
that.
terrible wind is supposed to leave Thursday night or Friday morning.
That's good.
I've
It'd be
not been
perfect.
mad about it though.
What?
I mean, for Sunday, that would be annoying.
Oh no, there's
but
a
I
wind
mean-
coming. There's all these wind alerts for Thursday here.
Oh, okay. Well,
So
because
Interesting.
yesterday was just wonderful.
Because I mean, I
loved it.
seriously had to look up the weather on my phone and be like, I don't even know what that symbol means. Like what what weather event is that symbolizing?
I like it.
And so yes, I mean it was fun. It was, and they just keep getting further and further west. That was my only complaint was it was in Who Gives a Shit, Arizona,
Oh,
like 99th Avenue, and I'm not sure.
what the fuck? Who
Like
goes
north
there?
north of the stadium. Like
Oh my
up
God.
yeah, oh yeah.
I didn't know
Yeah.
people, I didn't know
Oh,
people
yeah.
lived up there. We don't like it there at all.
Oh yeah, California.
Don't go there.
That's what I said.
Northern
If they
California.
keep getting further west, the
Right.
next one will be in the ocean, toes in. And Mr. McKee, did you go? Were you picnicking at all, or not
Oh,
picnicking?
will
Is the
you
case?
Before we
Yes,
move on to the
stop it.
picnic, I know there are people that are waiting for this answer. Can I give blood if I have been drinking or taking drugs? The answer is, while the Red Cross does not encourage the use of controlled substances, marijuana, or alcohol use, does not necessarily disqualify you from giving blood as long as you're feeling well.
Well,
Ah,
I feel great. I like to give a
I think
break.
the only worry would be about like giving consent if
Sure.
you're impaired.
If you're that impaired.
But
then
I've never given blood, so I don't know
They just give you a cookie.
if
and
you do have to
send-
sign
Right.
some kind of consent.
Or they would just slap a bandit on your arm, say thank you, and give you a cookie and kick you out.
that's some bullshit
Yeah.
that I would do.
Yeah.
I would
Right.
stab you in the arm.
Or just prick you real hard. Like,
Yeah, I'm gonna stab you in the
Ooh.
arm, put a cotton ball and a Band-Aid
Yeah.
on it, and say, thanks, honey, have a good day.
Yeah.
Here's your cookie.
You're gonna need that blood.
That's right.
Mix in with that alcohol,
I wonder if I can get away with that with customers.
and it
It doesn't
comes,
work with making drinks. I'll
It
tell you
just
that.
comes out light pink because it's mostly vodka. You know what I mean?
Oh, vodka cran drinker, are you?
Yeah, no, I don't care if I hit a vein or not. I just want you to have a hole in your arm when you
Yeah.
wake up the next morning.
Sadly, I've had phlebotomists that don't care if they hit one either, and I'm
Yeah.
like, let's find somebody else, please. 'cause
With a
I'm not-
courtesy bleed, yeah.
fuck you with all that. No. Well, Sunday, it was a charming week. Otherwise, I did the judging. I helped the judging for the fundraising at Roscoe's, the bar over on 7th Street. The Marla Hooch annual chili cook-off and salsa challenge.
Was this the first annual?
No, she's done this
47?
for like 20 some odd years.
Very nice.
Or maybe 17 years. I've forgotten. But it's been doing it for a long, long time. Raises money for the Cactus City Softball League. The cool thing was,
I don't know that I knew it was Marla Hooch.
Marla Hooch does.
Interesting.
Matthew Flores is his name, and I haven't seen him. I physically haven't seen Marla in 3 or 4 years. It's again one of those Facebook things where we message. Nothing really ever changes.
Now, is there someone like the real Marla Hooch from the movie, or we're just using that name as a
I'm
drag?
he's
going with
always
a drag queen, right?
No,
Or-
when he has performed in drag before, because it was again part of fundraisers for the softball league. That's what he went by, Marla Hooch. Now I didn't know there was another character. I just thought it was a funny name that he came up with.
Marla
What
Hooch
a
is,
hitter.
What a hitter! In A League of Their Own.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, now that you mentioned this actually last week when I made the comment about it. So I saw Marla.
Eyebrows.
And
There
what
should
I-
be 2.
What I loved about it was
and separate.
Marla was inside the bar when I got there because coordinating, here's your taster kit, here's your ballot forms and all that. I got there, did all my stuff, and I stayed like 3 hours. I stayed till almost 6 o'clock. Got there at 1. Marla never left her seat. Stayed right there, controlled the entire thing from one bar stool.
Atta girl.
Oh my God, a girl. That's the way to run that shit. The cool thing was I saw several people I hadn't literally seen in years. It's one of those things where people you think may be dead and they're not.
Hooray!
And it's also one of those things where no idea what the person's name is. They recognize me. I recognized them immediately, but couldn't remember a name. So I had to wait, and we conversed, and I had to wait until somebody else walked up and was like, "Hey, Stan, how are you?" I'm like, "God, good, Stan. It's great to see you." I couldn't remember his name, but it was interesting to see several people that I hadn't seen in a while.
It's good to have a friend at things like that so you can turn to them and say, "Oh, hey, have you met my friend?"
Well, like Mamacita in the feud, like she just tells Joan everybody's name because Joan doesn't know it.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I felt.
She's the Veeps Gary.
Don't give it away. I didn't see this week's yet.
So, I wouldn't.
No,
so I'm gonna
spoil
She
give
it.
away-
tells someone to fuck off. How's that?
That's nice. Don't
In a
fuck with me,
surprising,
fellas.
turn of events, she tells someone to fuck off.
So,
fair.
so that was kind of cool. But the other thing, I woke up this morning to this little deal. I posted it on Facebook, and I just thought it was very cool that Susan Bennett, for whatever reason, is following me on Facebook. Now, Susan Bennett, if you don't know,
Oh.
she's the voice of Siri.
I read ahead. I'm sorry.
That's quite all right. So she's the voice of Siri. She's the woman who, when we go to break, you'll hear her voice like, "Whoa, I don't want to do that. I want to do this."
You're listening to Q Talk America.
That is Susan.
Do we owe her
that-
money?
No,
It sounds really
sure?
warm.
no. So but I thought it was very cool, and I tweeted her back and sent her a link to one of our show videos where it shows us going to break and where it opens the show, because she also opens the show when it says, this is the Q Talk America Radio Network. So I thought that was very cool that the voice of Siri, for what, she got to be really bored, I guess, because she's following us. I don't know why the hell anybody would. And then the other.
I mean, I don't want to steal your thunder, but I have a new follower who I don't know. So
you had
Goodness.
your section.
I know.
And,
Wait, who is it?
who-
I don't know.
well,
I don't know your
that?
name. Why would I know
Wait a
that
minute.
person's
Why-
name?
Damn it
What do you
out.
mean you don't have? Is it on Twitter?
Yeah,
Dear
they followed
Twitter.
me
Well,
on Twitter.
go to your. Tell us who it is.
I'll get there
Oh,
fast.
actually, she could probably find your followers. So, and then the other thing was
call, Kat.
the other thing that crossed my lovely large screen monitors of my computer during this week, and I save a lot of stuff because it's important. It's important. So, for those viewers who have been watching us for some time, you may recall this lovely picture. This lovely picture of Al. And there's a story that goes along with this picture that Al has told and regaled us with time and again.
It's a white trash party. I was Priscilla Presley. Look at the toenails are purple too. Please
Now-
enjoy the coordination
Now,
of eyeshadow
A
to
pic-
toenails.
There
a
are so
picture-
many things to enjoy in that picture.
a picture
So
that
many.
goes with the story that he tells of him swinging this Priscilla Presley hair around surfaced, and I'd never seen it, and here it is. This picture showed up. This is the same night, the same event, and this is a wig that's built upon a butter tub, right?
A margarine
A
tub.
big margarine tub. And this is a still shot of you swinging your hair around.
Yeah, going like that with the hair. Because Joel, the bartender, because I worked that wig.
This is the
Oh my
best.
God,
Well, how could you not?
I got more out of that $15 wig than any human in history.
When I saw
And its
that,
hair wrapped her, and it looked pretty good. It's just that they set the beehive around that, so I had to wear the margarine margarine tub on my head. And I gotta tell you, margarine tub, bald head, not a lot of place for bobby pins.
No, but the suction must have been.
Yeah.
I mean, like putting a plunger on your head.
It really was. Didn't get this shit out though.
Oh, but that picture, when I saw that, I mean, I right-clicked and saved that quicker than anything because I always am afraid that somebody's going to post a picture and then regret it. I have several pictures that people have posted over the years. It was up for minutes. I mean, they decided, oh, maybe I better not share that. Too late. Already got it.
Oh, no.
But that one.
And then the funny one from the invitation to my, I don't know if it was my graduation party or if it was for my going away party from BS West, is me trying to sit all prim and proper in the chair, but I've got my legs crossed at the ankles, and you can just
And your knees just hanging
and
wide
the knees
open.
are open, so you can see the panties again. So the only
She's a
picture that
shower.
the panties don't show up is the one of the top of my
Yeah,
head.
that one. Oh, God damn it.
Is your new follower JD Landis?
Yeah, I don't know who that is. Do you
Well,
know?
Appears
I
to be an
don't-
author.
Okay, let's learn more
An
about JD
author?
Landis.
JD Landis appears to be an author from New Hampshire.
Are there other people in common?
Joined the. Oh, that's a good call.
I always like to see who else follows, who they're following, and maybe in common.
I mean,
That's-
he's number 7, so I mean, it's a lucky man.
No, you have 13 followers,
Shut
my
the
friend.
fuck
I know
up.
you're.
Look at that.
You
You know,
are
he
so
pays-
close to going viral.
he
I
pays,
can't even-
he pays no
Can't
attention
even.
really to all these
Oh, the
things.
stirring I just had near where my gynecologist used to be.
Wow.
JD Landis is also being followed by Javier Munoz.
Oh, I don't know who
The,
that is.
the Havilton. He's the guy that took over after Lin-Manuel in New York on the cast. So that's the other
can't
follower
even
that
keep
I
up.
know. Also following JD
I just
Landis.
peed on my leg a little bit. Unrelated to any other story.
Incontinence is how.
I really just don't have time to go to the bathroom anymore.
I refuse to get up.
And this feels like a wipeable chair. After watching you handle that coffee mishap,
Oh, that was brilliant.
that call to action.
Oh,
JD
my-
Landis also fancies himself to be a little bit punny. He says in his most recent tweet, he says
Punny.
people are like books. They crack when you open them too assertively.
Oh,
Right.
He's a bad punter like you.
I
He's
like
a
him
literary punter.
A lot.
If
I
you
like
don't seize
him.
the opportunity, the opportunity will most likely not seize you. He's like a bad fortune cookie.
Yeah, that
Jesus
is.
Christ, that is
that's-
bad.
Can
Is
we
he
get
Asian?
maybe
Oh, he's quite the prolific tweeter.
maybe it
though.
sounds
Like,
better in its original Chinese.
he's got like 15 tweets
If you
in the
don't
last
seize
24
opportunity,
hours.
the opportunity don't seize
Opportunity
you.
no sees you.
We are what we do,
Now you go now.
but we often fail in doing what we do to be who we are.
Okay, I can't.
Right?
even
I
do
can't.
that.
Like I love.
I don't- after the
That's
we
one of
lost
those things
something
where I
that
would
you
walk
think-
away halfway through
God.
that sentence
Right.
if he was talking to me.
You
Love-
pay
Real. God, shut up.
Love is a gift bestowed upon both the loved
Oh.
and the lover.
Oh.
Shut up.
And he's
Now
very-
I'd be
that
running in
is-
the other direction.
You pay $4.95.
God.
You eat enough for 7 people. You go
That's
home.
too much.
You go home.
What comedian was that?
John Panette.
Oh my god.
John Panette.
That used to crack me the
The
fuck.
buffet.
You
All
go
about the
home now.
buffet.
You go now.
You come back no more.
You've been here 4 hours.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and follow Mr. JD Landis. Or is that?
John Panette? I got to see him before he died. I was so
I'm pretty
thrilled
sure
to
he's
see
a
him.
he and not an elderly
I
lesbian.
think so. Maybe you don't know.
Well, I'm looking at the picture,
John
going could go
Panette.
either way.
It could-
Sure,
right.
look.
Let's see.
Oh,
Could go either way.
That absolutely goes either way.
I know.
Yep. It does.
I can't
That
tell
does.
if JD's a.
Honey, is that 2 men or 2 women? Does it matter?
is it Pat? Is
just
it
doesn't
Pat?
matter.
It's
Pat.
Pat.
What was that?
Undeniably
I'm not sure.
Pat. Didn't you ever see that on SNL?
Yes, but I don't remember the clap. I just remember.
Oh, the
I
clap
think-
was the best part.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Was it? Well, let me
I think
rephrase.
it is. Well,
Your fond memories.
May I rephrase about enjoying the clap? Judges rule. Too late.
Too late.
It's already out there.
Oh, god damn. That
All
was
right.
good.
No, I'm following JD Landis. I look forward to the inspirational
Oh, my.
wow.
So that happened.
That's fantastic.
Can't take that back.
Oh, that was
Nope.
What are we gonna do now?
much. I'm sure
What's
much.
next?
Well,
I
we're
don't
gonna
know.
we're gonna
I
do
feel
it.
like headlines usually come
Well,
back.
headlines are coming. They're, you know,
Or do we go around again and recap the week?
No, we just recap the last 5. What have you done since we last asked?
I had a fucking picnic.
She finally decided to picnic.
Now we're back to that.
Well, I'm just saying.
Just write this down on your little notebook. Don't let me leave today before I ask you a lawnmower question.
Oh,
right,
listen.
carry on.
Can we do it
he
on
gets
the air?
excited.
though?
Oh,
He gets
sure.
excited.
We'll do it now.
All right.
Oh, hang on. Stand by. I don't even have music.
I just followed him too.
Okay.
I'm
Breaking.
thinking, he's got 383,000 followers.
I know. He
you.
seems like somebody we want to know.
I just pity followed him.
You're in a sea of others.
I'm not sure how exciting this is
pity
going to be,
follow.
but here goes.
I've already got a backup story because there is a lawnmower from your household that was supposed to show up at my
I know
house.
it was, and I
Same
told-
lawnmower?
I put Sharon in charge of that, and well, here we are.
All right. Go ahead.
Now it appears that the catch bag is disintegrating before my very eyes.
Okay.
So my question to you is: do you have a local resource for replacement parts for like a shitty Walmart?
Because of
Lawnmowers.
the way that shitty Walmart lawnmowers typically go is they are mass produced by a single company and then they were labeled by 4 or 5 other companies.
And I think mine was labeled
So
a
like
yard
the
machine.
Yard Machine, Lawn King. There's all kinds of different names, but
I
they're all
recall
the,
paying about $100.
right.
for
They're
the
all
thing.
basically the same mower. So the parts can go to multiple mowers. So for example, sometimes you'll go online and look for a part number, and it'll say also fits, and it gives you a list of 10 other mower companies. If you'll get me the model number and serial number of it, I will be more than happy to find one for you on eBay because 9 times out of 10 they're there and shipped directly to you, and we're done with it.
I love it.
Yeah, those are typically just regular stuff. Does it have a metal frame inside?
It does.
Okay, so and I just did this for my neighbor last or 2 years ago. Literally, you buy the thing and it just slips over the
And it
metal
just slides
frame
right on.
and you're done.
Yeah, because it's very unpleasant because the hole is, of course, it like the back and the top at the frame where
Blows
the wire is.
right on you.
Right in my face.
Yeah.
In my face.
Yeah, no, get
It's
me
a filthy conversation.
send me a picture of the plaque that has the model serial number on it.
Okay.
Boom,
I'm
we'll
reading.
get it figured out.
I love it.
Look at that! I feel like now we have Mechanics Corner. That's going to be a new feature, I'm sure, somewhere on the.
I knew I could count on you, and I wanted to ask you last week, and I forgot about it. So,
Thank God we got that cleared up.
my gosh, I feel much better.
Any other callers that have
Wow.
All of a sudden, we're-
Poughkeepsie!
equal?
is the caller there?
We have
time,
time for
every time.
fans, vacuum cleaners, lawnmowers.
Oh, how's your fan? Have you been using it?
Uh-huh.
Huh?
Lovely.
Lovely. Back
Blow-
and forth.
Blowing things.
Blowing.
Although it's the wrong fucking week because it's so windy that there's a beautiful breeze coming through the house, so it doesn't really matter. Like,
Give it time.
oh, right. Yeah.
Give it
But
time.
you know how hot it was the week prior.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Timing is everything, though, with a fan. You'll get it together. Marnie, you have any mechanical questions? Oh, we're going to put hubcaps on your car in a minute.
We are.
That'll be
Later after
lovely.
the show.
That's nice.
Absolutely.
I got Marnie the little plastic caps for the
Yep.
sentence, but she's afraid to put it on for fear that she'll break it.
Exactly.
We should really start recording
know
group
my own
activities
strength.
like that so that we can post them to
Oh,
YouTube
that's-
as bonuses.
Yeah. For a bonus video,
Yeah.
sign in and pay $45.95.
Like little digital
Oh,
shorts.
I forgot to tell you this.
Shorts.
I think I forgot to tell you this last week. I was going through various pictures and stuff. I was looking for a video to send to the news channel that was here, and I in my one of the files that's just videos. One of our old shows was in there, and I just clicked on it because I wasn't sure which show it was, and it came on. And I'm like, oh, this is an older show. And so I just started searching through, and I happened to click right on. It's from the old studio on 3rd. It's you reading the goddamn Guy Fieri thing, and I had
one
to
of the
watch the
funniest
whole
fucking
thing.
things.
I'm sitting there laughing to myself at this house when you and Katie were trying to get through that whole menu. Oh my God!
And somebody finally got that website back. So it must have. How long did you say they're good for? Like 2 years?
What?
Web addresses. Didn't you say that it like?
Oh, it depends. You can buy them for various lengths of time, but once you surrender it and it goes up, then anybody can grab it. They can again buy it for however long.
Because you know that
Although-
was they hijacked his real restaurant. That was his restaurant link that somebody
Like
plastered
bought
that
from under
on,
him.
Yep.
and he couldn't get it back.
Oh.
So it stayed up there for years. But now it's hard to find now. You really got to search to find that menu.
See, that's funny because I have actually catcarlson.com. I had let lapse like long ago and forgotten about it because I had no use for it. Well, I might want it back now, so I went to look for it, and much to my surprise, it's still registered to me, but it's under something called a legal lock. And so I'm in back and forth with Network Solutions to try and get it unlocked because it still shows up under like I log in and it still says
You own it.
still says me, and
is it a paid-
still lists my domains that I had at the time.
Okay.
and but it won't let me renew it, won't let me transfer it, won't let me do anything until I get cleared from customer service. So maybe somehow there was something that locked that in there and saved me from.
Oh, that'd be fantastic.
That would be
because
fantastic.
again, I've told you before, we went through that with Barbara Seville. These assholes that had her site before let it lapse, and other people took it because again, what they're looking for is if they literally take over your domain name after you let it expire, they're looking for high traffic because all they want is for somebody to go to it, and then there's the Wonder Mop, and somebody goes, oh, I like, and then they sell a Wonder Mop because somebody surfed to barbaraseville.com or something bullshit like that.
It's not quite that linear. They plaster it with pay-by-click ads.
No, right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of dumbing it down, but that's kind of how you get through. That's why they hijack it. They're looking for anything with traffic, but as soon as the traffic goes to nothing, then they let it go.
Let it go again.
So, like I still have, if I'm not mistaken, Katie June. We let hers go because she didn't want it, which I don't know why. Katie June should keep hers.
Yeah.
She's Katie June. Somewhere down the line, she's going to be involved in something. But I believe I still have all of ours. I let Buddy's go because he decided he didn't want his. Right. But I'm pretty sure I still have these two's and mine because the second the show started, I want everybody's because I was concerned that somebody would take, let's say if Al were to say something disparaging about somebody, I didn't want somebody else to take alperkins.com or whatever the hell it was and, take it over and just be railing against him for some reason. So,
sure.
But no, you should definitely make sure that that's yours and keep it as long as you can.
Well, I desperately need it now.
Sure.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Oh, and you should also, just for the hell of it, because it costs you an extra $3 to get them, get like the Cat Carlson blah, 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 Memorial VIP.
Oh,
no,
sure.
no, but any of those, because then all you have to do, just like see you in Tuesday.
The
redirects goes to Q Talk America. Yeah, so no, I get all those things. I mean, anything. If you have a nickname,
I'll keep everyone updated as it.
So many things to check on and do. All right, well, we're going to come back, and even though we're a little ahead of the hour, we're going to come back and do the drinking word so we can get that going, which might be crack. I'm not sure what we're going to have. Make, sure. So we'll be back in just a second on Q Talk America.
This ain't my first time at the rodeo.
You're listening to Q Talk America.
Are you ready for this? It's a 30-second dance break.
This is the Q Talk America Radio Network.
And now, a drink-along. We dare you to stay awake during this royalty-free music and to play a drinking game with us. If you are currently or soon to be driving a car, you cannot play. If you are presently the primary caregiver for children and or the elderly, you may desperately want to play, but no. If you are listening from a rehab facility, you are disqualified because you already hit bottom. And that means you already won this game at least once. If playing this game is in any way illegal for you, put the bottle down and make better life choices. There is no good in your goodbye, and there is no lifeguard on duty, so you will be swimming at your own risk. Tell your lawyer to take the fucking day off. You can't sue us. We warned you. Good luck.
We have to explain that.
Sure.
I just did.
Oh, okay.
The drinking word is make.
But you have to do the sign, right?
Yeah.
You have to do the...
Just to make.
And then what if you think it's funny?
Oh.
That's applause, right?
Yeah.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
applause.
Yep.
I'm glad we have figured out that.
Oh boy.
So that is our...
Be afraid.
Be very, very afraid. Okay, here we go.
Don't
Let's see if
even know.
we can get this put together.
Oh boy.
Headlines on a Tuesday night. Marnie and I making up stories and reading headlines. We might have the same ones, but you'll only know after we go through these. Oh, a saucy situation at Taco Bell.
Sean Hannity's a dickhead.
Arizona prowler gets pantsed at a school.
John Hopkins accepts first black neurosurgeon.
Little girl falls for a robot.
Something else.
It pays to be funny at work.
And then another thing.
And 45 gets to play big boy truck driver. These and other titillating stories coming at you right here.
Damn it.
But if you have to make, go
I have
now.
to make stories.
Well, you said you have a backlog. I literally could not find. I had 3 stories and I couldn't find anything else. And finally, I found something else to go with this.
What?
Again, this story stuck out to me because being an alma mater to Taco Bell, Al Perkins, I like to share Taco Bell stories with him because he may have at one point been in this kind of a situation from the drive-through window or the beanery pot that you were stirring back in the day.
Oh,
A very saucy situation brought police to a Taco Bell in South Euclid, Ohio, back on March 12th. Employees were concerned when a disgruntled customer held up the drive-thru line because she didn't get the choices of sauce that were supposed to be made available to her. So what'd she do? She called 911. When they arrived, officers saw that the line was backed up quite a bit with several cars. They then asked a frustrated Taco Bell customer what the problem was. According to the South Euclid police, the customer told officers that the reason for the holdup was that Taco Bell was out of mild sauce. Her preferred condiment, mild sauce. And they only had fire, and fire just wasn't going to do. It's too hot, too damn hot.
In and out.
So
What she has to make.
she was.
You set me right up for it.
You're welcome. She was also
Burning at the end of make.
She was also frustrated that Taco Bell would not give her the meal that she ordered at half price for the inconvenience she was facing because
Fucking
of
thing costs $3.
mild sauce.
terrifying.
Police advised the woman that this customer service matter was, quote, not likely to be resolved at the drive-thru window and suggested that she return the next day to speak to a manager. She left. End of story.
Called 911.
Unbelievable. That's just not okay.
Here's the thing about this story is that I saw this play out in live action over the weekend
Oh,
no.
do tell.
at the Cobalt.
Oh, that's the Cobalt.
Yeah.
I know.
Cobalt Cabana.
So
I never knew
Saturday
we
night,
could do that with that.
I'm gonna tell on other people. So Saturday night, Ron Rogers
Oh, I know him.
and his lovely partner Robert.
Robert.
Yep. Ron Rogers and Robert, they come into the bar, which they often do. They come to visit.
drinkers.
And say, well, and they're community
Oh, yes.
minded. They
Ron's
like to,
a star tender like you.
they like to local liberty.
Local.
Local celebrity.
No.
Yes.
Even you guys have to make.
Make.
Right.
Everybody does. Everybody makes. Isn't that a book title?
and we all do in our own way make an effort to
Support each other.
visit each other,
Sure.
and support each
Right.
other. Well, when we can.
Hand each other cash.
And
That's
so
right.
they
Yeah,
came in,
right.
and I mean, perhaps they'd been consuming alcohol before they got to me,
Yeah, no kidding.
and they had in their hand lovely Taco Bell to
Oh.
eat. Yeah, they brought a snack with them, which I think is a lovely idea. Always stop and eat when you need to.
Thoughty is what it is.
Yeah. I don't.
I thought they were bringing you food. I'm sorry. I read
Thoughtful,
ahead.
I think, is where you were going.
Oh, it's Thoughty. I like Thoughty.
Sure. I'm gonna go with it. But
Fuck
unfortunately,
you. It's my word.
apparently,
No one's
Yeah.
taking it from you.
the brouhaha began at the drive-through.
It was a
Because
brouhaha.
at the drive-through, of course, they ask you, "You want any sauce?
What's your size?
Want any sauce?" to which Ron Rogers and Robert politely replied, "Yes, please. We would like fire." And so then another employee comes by, "You want any sauce?" "Fire, please." Another employee, "Sauce, fire." So then they bag everything up. They come to the Cobalt. They start unpacking their wares.
And
Every other kind.
Same.
I hate when that happens.
That, you know what? That can make you mad.
No
Unfortunately,
Well, Frosty.
they had waited a little too long, so Robert was in a state of hangry and
That's
spent
not a good-
45 minutes regaling me with this tale
Oh.
of the
How
fire
they
sauce.
fuck you through the
How they
drive-through.
fucked you with the
fuck
fire
you through
sauce.
the drive-through.
All I fucking wanted was
There's-
fire sauce, and they didn't give me any fire. They gave me mild. They gave me the whatever the really hot one is that's way too hot for making.
Yeah.
Diablo.
She's on board.
Oh
Diablo.
my God.
After some initial resistance.
Yeah, they gave him
Right
mild.
into
They
the
gave him
crapper.
Diablo. No
Diablo.
fire sauce to be found.
And I have to say, 9 years.
This
working
appears
for
to be
those-
an epidemic now.
Yeah.
In 9 years.
9 years, never tasted it.
Which one?
Any of them.
The
Oh.
sauce. I don't do it.
There's just something about something coming out of a foil wrapper that's able to survive nuclear winter and cross-country shipping without ever being touching a refrigerator that I can't. Like, I've never used a soy sauce from a Chinese restaurant. I've never opened one of those. Like,
Yet you're fine with the condoms that come in a foil wrapper.
I don't eat them.
Well, still, they're being utilized.
But I'm not eating them.
Still, well,
Well, all right.
And I'm not putting the hot sauce on my dick, so really, the twain will never meet.
Wait, we have a ruling from the judges?
Yeah, I was just going to say.
Yep.
well.
That was a great story. That went really long.
Yeah.
Marnie?
With visuals, no one needs.
I was looking for a sound effect for that, but I don't have one. So
Just retching.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I didn't even know I could have a fur ball.
do you, sir, have that video or no?
Oh fuck! You want it
Well,
now?
no, I don't. I'm going to do a different one.
No. Well, just tell.
I don't.
Maybe.
I do not. I don't want
You're
it.
going to be a difficult lesbian.
Sir, I don't want it.
It was a picnic, ma'am.
Thought it was a bat mitzvah. I came prepared. It was merely a picnic.
You don't know. You
Which
just don't know.
which account did you send it to? The cast or just to me directly?
Just you.
Okay.
Yep.
And apparently, I learned this week that
No.
the bat mitzvah.
Is for girls.
No, I knew it was for girls, but you can apparently achieve that particular milestone at any age.
Oh.
I know you don't have to be 13 to do it.
Yeah, they give girls a lot more time, because we need a lot more time.
Yeah, I don't know if the
just
if the
kidding. I
boys
have
have
no
that much time or not.
I don't.
But
know.
a friend of mine is like 45 and just had her bat mitzvah this last weekend. Mazel tov.
Mazel
Tov,
tov.
yep.
Absolutely.
But I had no idea. I thought it was like a childhood thing,
me
and
too.
you got it or you didn't. But
Nice.
Yeah.
no,
All right, now you can go ahead with your story.
I was trying to stall for your video.
No, I appreciate it.
You're
I was
welcome.
going to do a different.
Look at all
I was
the good
going to do
ideas.
a different
all the good
story.
ideas.
based on that.
Selfless.
Well, let's talk about Frank,
I'm helpful.
Pope Frank.
Oh, my buddy.
I
I
like it.
appreciate the Pope. I never thought that those would be words that I would say.
Isn't it an interesting world
But Pope Francis is a cool dude.
where we hate the American president, but
Right.
we kind of love the Pope?
Oh, we kind of love the Pope. How
what the
odd.
fuck is happening?
Well, let me tell you a little bit about Frank. In the last 2 years, the pontiff has captured the attention of people around the globe by spending much of his time addressing the cruelties in the world
By doing Christian things.
Yeah.
and attempting to curtail them. Exactly. He has ridiculed the church's obsession with abortion, gay marriage, and contraception, all while he's promoted genuine respect for all. He's fantastic.
He washed a woman's foot.
Sure did.
Feet.
Footish.
Die.
He had a
Die.
footish. The dies. The Pope even has a sense of humor, for God's sake. See, now that's funny, right? But
For
really,
God's
oh,
sakes.
for God's sake! But at the end of the day, he actually seems like an ideal candidate to share some wine with. And truth be told, if he had the time, he'd be down to indulge with you, because as of yesterday, the Pope became even cooler. He claimed wine is a necessity. This is.
All of a
This
sudden, Al's
man
Catholic.
makes me happy.
My new best friend.
Right? Yeah,
She's my
all
best
of a
friend.
sudden Catholic.
Al's
She never
converting.
checks my
His
coupons.
exact words were, water is needed to live, but wine expresses the abundance of the banquet and joy of the celebration. And later concluding, wine is necessary for the celebration. Duh.
Okay, first I want to say Frank was quoted after glass number 3.
Right.
Frank might have gone wine tasting outside the wall.
You may have.
Nothing wrong with that.
Here at Vine Pair,
This
the
wine's
article
fantastic.
went
You know, you need it to live.
It's the banquet. It's the abundance of the banquet, of the joy and the celebration.
Shh. Look at my slippers.
It's where's my hat? My hat's falling off. Oh, shit.
Wait, are we doing Pope impressions?
Yeah, I'm poping it.
Your accent is wrong.
You're poping it.
I was saying, yeah, if you watch the
He's South
Pope
American.
John,
That's just gonna go wrong.
Isn't he
Pope
South
John-
American? We're
Pope
gonna
John,
need like a Hispanic accent.
Pope John Paul the
There's only 2.
something. I know, but
You
I
only
think
get
it
2.
was, I think it must have been the
50-50 shot.
second. But you know how he kind of became very
Oh,
Oh, slumped over.
a little bit. Well,
The
Dave
propped up
Worley
Pope.
and the Tammy and myself.
he was having
and
trouble making near the
We
end.
were. We have a picture of us poping it. on the beach in San Diego. We couldn't help but slump because we were drunk. Anywho, the people at VinePair, where I got this article, they couldn't agree more with his holy statement. Wine beautifully eases the tensions of life and allows for camaraderie to flourish.
I like all of you better by the end of this.
I know you do. We like you
Let
better
me show you on the
too.
doll where I like you better.
Pope Francis
Oh no, they look like I
certainly-
pooped in my cup. That went wrong.
terribly wrong. Pope Francis certainly champions the pleasures of wine.
Abort mission,
But-
abort mission. She's pooping in her glass.
We have to ask,
Naked
is
or
he
not?
the only pope to do so? Well, maybe to this degree of explicitness, but it is highly unlikely that he is the only pope to enjoy the vino. For sacramental wine is historically rooted in the church, which we previously have all talked about. Like, hey, you're a bunch of drunks standing up there on the altar.
With a nice purse that's on fire.
It looks like, and look at
Sweetie, great habit.
Look
Your
at
purse
that.
is on
And the
fire.
hat. Come on. The Vatican even has a vineyard. Did you know that?
I did.
Not.
Oh, yeah.
I did not.
Yeah. Well,
The
and
place is
named
this
after-
big, and they're still found room to grow grapes.
Suvi de Vatican? Does that sound right?
Sure, you said it.
Suvi? I like it. Which former popes have given blessings to and drank the wine produced. Well, if it's not blessed wine, then I don't want it, I say.
Yeah, exactly.
Make new wine.
Make-
Thus, it can be concluded that wine has
Reminds me of a
always
joke.
been-
Two priests are hitting on an altar boy.
and they say, let's make it.
God damn it! Why wasn't I an altar boy?
It was on American Dad last night. Roger walks into a pool party and sees a rabbi and says, I got a joke for you. Two priests are hitting on an altar boy. Then he gets interrupted. And it's like, it was too funny.
Oh, was Al in the show?
Oh, God, Maria is
So mad at me. You
judges rule. Point to Marnie.
Yeah.
Right.
You accuse one white woman of going to a picnic and the abuse you take afterwards.
White women and picnics. That's no joking matter,
No,
my
it's
friend.
not.
It's not
You
like
do
dykes
not.
and dogs. That's where the,
No,
that's what the
wow,
queen
and a
really
Subaru?
needs. Yeah.
Don't
She
you dare.
became a woman in that
wow.
Subaru.
I'll take this
Lots
whole
of memories.
Make me so mad. Anyway,
And allegedly one foil-wrapped condom.
whatever.
Papa Francisco de Vino, patron saint of club bouncers. Oh, that's funny.
Nice. I
Vina's
like
always so clever.
it. Yes,
The Kenyan.
that's funny.
I'm just reading comments because I never read that thing. To find the Pope in the pizza contest.
They're drunker than we are.
I think so.
I'm
I
gonna
like
need
it.
more coffee in a minute. Really soon. Oh, hi, Mom. I just realized you were there too. Holy
We're
heck.
gonna have to have an intervention for that.
Oh, what word?
Oh.
I don't know what that was. Hokey smokes, Bullwinkle.
Oh, mercy.
Maren, is it me now?
Fine, sir.
God,
it
here we
is.
go. Well, a man was apparently spooked on the grounds of Miles Elementary School in Tucson, Arizona, by a locksmith who reportedly said that he saw the man trying to break into classrooms on Friday. A school official told this to Arizona's ABC 15. School was not in session at the time. Senzabar wrote on Facebook that police rushed to the school. Senzabar, who was posting on Facebook about the incident, posted that police had rushed to the school 2 cars deep. He said later he saw the man cuffed in the backseat of a squad car. A police spokesman told the Huffington Post on Monday that cops talked to the man, but she had no other information. Corey Greenhill, general manager of the nearby Welcome Diner, told the Huffington Post that he saw the man acting erratically before he got snagged on the fence. The man walked into the restaurant, borrowed a cordless telephone, and walked out with it. Greenhill said he followed him and noted that the man had tried to call the police 3 times. He seemed confused. Well, the reason he probably borrowed the phone, he may have needed help before he got into this situation where he got trying to climb a fence and got stuck.
Little
Pants pulled down. He couldn't get out. He couldn't get off on his own. There was no way. So police
And
had.
I mean,
Well,
that-
you got first of all, you got to kick your shoes. If you're ever in that instance, you got
Yeah.
to kick your shoes off first thing. Make sure if you're going to be hopping these fences, to
How
tie
many
your
fences have you been?
settle down.
You don't know. Don't judge.
But I was
a troubled youth.
I'm just curious to know, like, I don't know what kind of a life this guy leads, but I'm thinking, how long have you been hanging there? And Are the shorts, were they soiled before you got caught on the fence?
Or just shit yourself.
Or how long you been there, sir?
Rule number 2: don't go fence climbing if you have to make.
And
Yeah.
he looks.
Don't go chasing waterfalls in that underwear.
But
I mean,
don't-
that's a bad panty day.
Don't those look like
It must be a lucky day.
big? Those look like big underwear.
I feel like it's a diaper gone the wrong way.
Now, did anybody watch Colbert last night? These make me think of Lily Tomlin. Lily Tomlin decided that there was a new, or no, excuse me, Jane Fonda said this. My bad. She decided that there should be a new, for all the Trump supporters, there should be a new adult diaper made called Trumpers, so it can stop the leaks. I was wondering if that was
That's
if that was a Trumper gone wrong. I
that
don't know.
makes me laugh.
Oh, you and this mate, whatever. Keep going.
She's a keeper.
I can play your
just
fucking
saying.
video now, Marn, if you
Well,
want.
I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
girl.
Gosh, I like it. I don't know how many of you saw the whole Sean Hannity Ted Couple.
I try not to.
business?
Oh, yeah.
I'm a full stop.
Luckily,
on the
it
Sean
was-
Hannity.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And so was Ted Couple.
yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Who I did not realize was still on the
Alive?
net. Yeah,
Alive,
no, I
right.
knew alive. Just didn't know was still working.
They still whipped him out for
'Cause
Nightline
I
once in a while.
love him.
Oh, I've always enjoyed him.
loved him on Nightline.
Yeah.
So much more than Terry Moran, quite frankly. But Ted Couple, watch this little give and take because Sean Hannity was on CBS News and apparently had done a 45-minute interview, but they only aired like 2 minutes, and so it's super edited, and it made him sound bad.
Yeah, from the Fox
But
News people. That's funny.
from the Fox News
Wait,
people.
Sean Hannity's a Valley girl now?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm so confused by the accent.
He actually...
You catch
He
on
said,
quick, huh?
I'm not that way, you know? That was
So now Sean
We're going to need to see a map.
What was that accent?
You're going to have to point to the part of the universe.
I feel like there's a Great Lake nearby in that particular.
Had he been watching Fargo, for God's sakes? What the hell?
It was an Asian from Fargo.
Well, the agents were not offended by that imitation.
Oh, 45-minute interview. I look
No,
bad
they-
after 3 minutes.
they're
What the
the-
hell? You get out.
We've got to play that SNL commercial
No.
where they make the Asian Barbie,
We can't.
and that Barbie can't say anything because everything they try to make her say is offensive.
Right. I remember. We can't play it though.
No,
SNL doesn't like us.
Good
when
time.
we-
Good time.
SNL doesn't like us when we do that kind of stuff.
All right, so roll. Can we see the tape,
Yeah,
Trisha?
Here we go. Here we go.
We have to give some credit to the American people that they're somewhat intelligent and that they know the difference between an opinion show and a news show.
Yeah.
You're cynical. Look at that.
I
Yeah.
am cynical because,
You think we're bad for America? You think
Yeah.
I'm bad for America?
yeah.
You do?
In the long haul, I think you
Really?
and all these opinion
That's
shows.
sad, Ted.
No, you know why?
That's sad.
Because you're very good at what you do, and because you have attracted a significantly
You
more
are selling the
influential.
American
let me
people
finish the
short.
Let me finish the sentence
I'm
before
listening.
you do that.
With all due respect.
Yes.
Take the floor.
You have attracted people who are determined that ideology is more important than facts.
There you go.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it.
And it doesn't matter what his rebuttal is because that's exactly what they've decided on that station.
Yeah, I was just listening to, and I'm not quite done with it. It's an interview. It's another one of those way too long Vox interviews. Hang on, it's right here. Who was I listening? Who was he talking to? But they were talking about Kellyanne Conway and the strategy of that and the just the kind of science behind it and the thing that they're doing. Who are they talking to? Where's my description?
I'm gonna get more coffee.
Molly Ball is the woman's name who's in this interview. But the point of that is that they are so good at this, and it doesn't actually matter, like you said, what the rebuttal is. It doesn't have to be an opposing fact. It doesn't have to be like a response. It has to be like inciting the opposite viewpoint.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So when you're not answering your question, when Kellyanne Conway is not answering the question, she's also speaking to these people and getting them fired up and saying what they want to hear.
Sure. I
And
can
they
see
are
that.
ruining America.
Yeah.
Oh, big time.
I blame American Idol first, but then CNN.
Then the rest.
Britney Spears, then American Idol.
Sure.
That's my list of blame.
Is it? No, mine
That's
goes.
lowered expectations.
Mine goes American Idol because then that gave us the winner take all, dog eat dog, sell out your mother, to get the $250,000, which is actually going to end up bankrupting you. Like that whole
I don't think
that
that
whole
show was that
elimination style.
mean-spirited.
Yeah, but it sparked that entire shit show genre of
gotcha,
elimination style, false suspense, produced storyline reality television.
And put somebody through hell with a commercial break in between announcing their fate.
Right.
But we'll tell you in just 3 minutes.
Like that entire genre of television is ruining America and gave us our president.
Well, and
as
that
it turns out,
that it's better for who likes someone better, or it's not who's the most talented or the most smartest or the most best darn tapper.
And but that's how I had to get out of. That's why I had to just ditch that show, because the people that were the best singers weren't winning.
Right.
It just became the march of boring white guys for the longest time.
I agree.
Like 4 good winners and then 7 people you couldn't pick apart in a lineup. Like, I don't know.
And then number 2, CNN in
Good
the ruining
night,
of
Joey.
America. Like those two converged.
Thanks for joining us. Right.
And we're all toast.
Who just made fun of? Oh, that's what I forgot. Saturday night I saw Lewis Black.
Oh
yeah. I did see you
the
check
rant
it out.
heard across America.
Did you have a picnic?
It's hard to say. I was in a park with food.
Was there food? Was there a blanket? Sometimes
No.
the blanket is the
No.
defining
Well,
factor.
it was more of a
Very good.
carpet than it was a
Interesting.
blanket. So
Good call though on that.
and everything that disqualifies one from being a picnic. Good night, Joey.
Fair enough.
So he was talking about and he was very calm. Oh, 2 things. I have to share 2 things from this. First, the opening comic, whose name I do not have, but Google him, because they do the last part of the show live on YouTube.
Okay.
That's how it's the rant heard across America, around the world, whatever it's called, is they do the last part live on YouTube while he's going through tweets and suggestions from the audience.
okay.
Very funny. But the first guy is out there in a Hillary wig that he turned slightly to make a Trump wig, and it was really funny.
Smart.
And he was just hitting every note, and he's like, you don't know how hard this is. He's like, well, hard it used to be. He's like, well, comedy just didn't used to write itself.
Yeah. Right.
I was like,
Absolutely.
oh my God, that's perfect.
Yeah.
But then in one of his rants, Lewis Black,
Yes.
Yeah.
I forgot his name already. He went on and on. He's like, CNN, not fake news. The worst fucking thing on TV, but it's not fake news.
Right.
And he was saying, like, we're going to present one fact and then have 8 motherfuckers talk it to death. It was very funny. So if you get a chance to see him in your neck of the woods.
We actually were going to see that, I think, with Ben and his girlfriend, and then something fell through. I'm not sure what it was, but yeah.
Very, very funny man, and I'm hoping that that he'll record some of this. But just to see Lewis Black be like, what's my job here? I can't make this shit funny.
That's true. That's right. Well, I mean, when you just turn on the TV and you're like, what?
Yeah.
No.
And then he
that
did
would've
some
been a
stuff out loud.
punchline.
He's like, "There's no work in this," and he just said lines out loud that were this verbatim.
All
but
you have to do is just
the
read
dumpster,
whatever.
the dumpster fire had
Yeah.
said. It was fun.
Yep.
All right, next headline. I'm sorry.
Is it me?
Yep.
Oh,
No idea.
Because I just thought that spoke for itself. Like, I just love that Ted Koppel was like, yeah, you are bad for America.
Well, this one I just
Easy.
thought was a really cute story, and I thought we'd check. We could have like a little awe moment. It'd be kind of cute. Aww. A young girl endeared
over?
herself.
Yeah,
It's over. That's it. We're done. Thank you. Back to you, Mark.
Such a good story.
Back to you, Trisha.
We had a literal awe moment and moved on.
A young girl endeared herself to both man and machine by hugging a water heater that she believed
Oh my God! I was literally just
was a
looking at this
robot.
on
Here's a
Twitter.
picture of the little girl. There's a video on YouTube that showed the friendly child. Her name is Raina. She happily greeted the robot while waving her hand excitedly. And this video is so darn cute. I thought we had better play it so that you all can share. We're talking to this robot. It is adorable. Hang on. Boom.
Oh.
I love you, Papa.
She's sweet.
Then she gets distracted by a leaf on the ground, and then
Yeah.
she's done.
Something shiny. Something shiny. I love it.
I want her to kick the robot and be like, fucking
Yeah.
robot's broken.
Fucking talk to me.
I thought she's so cute. She thought
Robot
a water
hates
heater.
me.
Robot's rude. Robot rude.
So weird. It's like the internet is real life. That was literally like the third tweet down as I just refreshed my Twitter.
Just so cute.
Oh my gosh.
Marnie, back
Breaking
to you.
news.
Back to
Breaking news.
you.
Well, Aaron put a story on the Book of Face that I had not seen nor heard of, and she hasn't really been on Facebook much because she's a little politically incensed.
Oh, I thought she
Right,
was
she's kind of
picnic.
doing a radio silence thing on that.
Yep.
Facebook
And-
ain't no picnic these days.
Nope.
Nope. She made. Look at you make.
It took me 2 tries. No, honestly, when
Wait
you
a
listen
minute,
back,
wait a
it took me
minute.
2
How do you-
tries.
Oh, it did?
It did.
Oh, I didn't realize
Yeah.
it. Well, hey, different make.
Sorry.
It's like more of a bidet.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not a puppet
Make
show.
it.
I'm not sitting on that.
Anyway. So there's a gentleman named John Hagee.
I don't care how far you stick your hand up my ass. I'm not singing.
John, what's his name?
John Hagee.
Hagee.
Hagee, H-A-G-E-E.
Okay, all right. All right.
And God made all lesbians flat so they could be
Lord.
identified by normal people.
Has he met
Easily.
you?
Right.
Ain't nothing about you, flat girl. Look at that.
Nothing happening right
Or
there.
her
And that's after,
girlfriend.
again, after a reduction.
And that's a reduction.
90% boobs.
Yeah,
That's
after a reduction, right? No,
Right.
bullshit.
I was afraid you're going to start like those little birds that drink water. You were just going to start going over.
Yeah. No one can prove that doesn't happen, but so oddly, this douchebag's a televangelist.
Oh,
Come on.
Oh, I got to find him
I
now.
missed my
Come
calling.
on.
I really wish I had gone into
He's
television.
such a neat
The
guy.
money's there.
It really is.
He says that the biggest threat facing Americans today are those
Biggest.
counterfeit Christians, whom,
Like
amongst
him?
other things, either endorse women's open access to abortions or support LGBT rights to marry.
Would you spell the last name again?
Hagee.
God, think I'm just going to try to find a picture. I want to
He's
see.
known for founding San Antonio's
Oh, this fat,
cornerstone megachurch.
this fat bastard.
Yeah.
I know who this is. All right.
What a douchebag.
I'm going to just show you a picture of what a real Christian looks like.
Absolutely. I think it's like a old white man.
There's,
I'm pretty sure.
Odds are.
Yeah.
I'll show you 2 pictures when we get to him here.
He made a name for himself through the John Hagee Ministries, his series of radio and television ministries that are broadcast over 150 million households in North America. That makes me shudder. Ugh, gross. Those of you who got on national television and endorsed homosexual lifestyle because the president did so, you are a counterfeit Christian. You are a moral coward. You are a hireling shepherd, Hagee said, condemning the increasing number of pastors that are accepting homosexuality. Shame on you.
For shame.
If the Pope can get on board, sit your
saying.
fat ass down, Mr. Hagee.
Right. Although, for some reason, Hagee seems to hold a particular grudge against lesbians. In an interview
Because
with
they turn him
His
down.
wife is probably one.
right? Well, and oddly, he's interviewing with the best places. In an interview with Breitbart News, the
birds of a
televangelist,
feather.
the televangelist argued that lesbians, if I may say so, are the scourge of the earth. We're the scourge of the earth, and that God hates them so much that He's made sure normal people can tell them apart from normal women. Asked to elaborate, he went on about how some of their physical characteristics differ from those of normal straight women. In His infinite wisdom, he says, God made sure that we are able to tell them apart from the diseased, so that we may protect ourselves
diseased.
and our children from them. That's why most lesbians are flat as an ironing board, he opined.
You know, your televangelist accent is actually, it's almost there. It's
a
a,
little
it's a
creepy.
little timid.
Well,
no,
let
it's
me
just a little timid. You really just need to kind of ramp that up a little bit.
I
That's
can
right
work
there.
this up.
Yeah, you might want to ramp it because your voice needs to match this.
Yeah.
So this is picture 1 of fat bastard.
Okay, man or woman.
But to answer
Ooh,
that,
tough call.
you ask
I mean,
him.
he's got big breasts.
You ask him that question. Here's his reply. Oh. Not sure.
I don't know. Why do they all have that Trump look? I mean, because that really
Joey
is.
fat white guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Joey fat.
Well,
white.
because what he goes on to say is that normal women have nothing to worry about because it's all a part of his, capital H, of course, master plan. He made sure normal women have curves. He made sure they were voluptuous. I'm going to read this stand.
So we can see your voluptuosity.
Yeah.
Just going to say that there, God knows there's a curve.
We can
around
see
here.
your voluptuous.
Yeah.
What is this? A fulsome pair of fun bags? A Nance? What? Did I miss something in her story? No, I don't think so.
No, he's just
Oh
describing
my
her
God.
breasts.
Nan, Barney the lesbian has massive knockers. These are things.
And
that
your
are
first
just
comic
fucking
book has
killing
its
me.
title.
The lesbian has massive
I don't know about
knockers.
that. Not my comic book. That's going to be my memoirs.
I'm sorry, graphic novel.
If you had a sister, it could be
Memoirs.
whatever happened to massive knockers. Be a story about you and your crippled sister locked in a house.
Anyway,
It's not fairy. We
he
prefer
made sure they were.
hobgoblin.
He made sure that they all have attributes that would ensure men are attracted to them, so that they may marry and live in unison and raise children together. Lesbians, on the other hand, were designed to be barren, to be unattractive, because the devil had his hand in their creation, because they are sick and they
I was
made
worried how that sentence was going to end.
a terrible choice. They are not blessed with all the bodily characteristics that adorn a real woman. Instead, lesbians are so flat they need a GPS to find their own nipples.
No, wait a minute.
These are the
But
Did he say that?
he argued.
though he's completely incorrect, the one thing that he's doing is he's almost, aside from the attributes that are bullshit, there are a lot of very voluptuous, fitting,
Again, have you
figured
seen her,
women-
girl?
Right.
Right.
Okay. No, but my thought is he's almost making an argument like they were he's literally, it sounds like he's saying they were created to be this image, like to be a certain way.
Sure.
But it's almost like he's justifying the existence. Like he's not shunning them, though he's painting a horrible picture of somebody's
Absolutely.
physical attributes, and it's all bullshit. But somehow in that I'm hearing that they're created, but they're fine. That's what I'm almost hearing.
No, I just love it that if you're flat chested, you can't
You're
be
a
a
dyke.
straight woman. Yeah.
Yes,
You're just instantly
absolutely.
cast
Now,
into
granted, there's a
dykdom.
lot of very attractive young men out there of the lesbian persuasion.
Absolutely.
Not you. I'm not saying you're not attractive. That's not what I meant. I meant you're not flat chested.
I know I'm an
Yeah.
attractive
Yeah.
young man. I
Yes.
understand.
And you
Oh,
can
that I know.
probably find your nipples if you had to.
But if you
Probably
need my
good.
GPS.
Sans
Al's
GPS.
and mine are both down here somewhere. I'm not
Yep.
sure, but I think they're down there.
Sans GPS.
Songs.
So this is something that came out. This article in this whole douchebaggery came out January of 16, something like this, because he turned to the which I did check on, by the way. He turned to the American female basketball team that competed in the 2016 Olympics. So I think this was like
This is his
January,
illustration?
Right.
Okay.
Just take a look at the female basketball team in the Olympics. They're the perfect example of what I mean. If you were to roll that basketball down their bodies, it'd be like pushing a supermarket wheel cart down a perfectly paved, manhole-less stretch of road.
Manhole-less?
Yeah. It's just ridiculous, he says. And that's why they're winning so much. It has nothing to do with their skill. They like other women, which automatically makes them men in a certain sense. And men are stronger and better than women in every way. It's so obvious.
He's mentally
He's a
ill.
fucking moron.
Yeah, that's just.
Which team was he
And
using as an example?
the women's basketball Rio, the Olympic.
The Olympic.
Yep. And the thing is that then I
gorgeous
went
women.
on. Yeah, but then I went on to are there lesbians on the team? Yes.
Well, duh.
But are
It's
there
women's
a
sports.
number
Let's be
of
real.
se-
There's
well,
bound to be
Yeah.
a fair amount of lesbians there.
But are there straight? Like they're not
Oh,
all.
right.
I mean,
Correct.
this was a.
The ones that aren't kind of weird me out. I'm not gonna lie, but
Right.
beach-
It's like, you sure
the
that's
beach
where you need to be?
Well, that's because
Shouldn't you be playing hockey?
Like, aren't the beach volleyball duo?
They're straight.
Yeah, I'm like, aren't they?
Yeah. Oh, they're very straight.
And they're. I mean,
which scares me more. Those women are not fucking
At
around.
the end of the day, the
attack the
controversial
9-foot woman.
the controversial televangelist added, that's a good thing for the vast lesbian population we have here in our country. For them to be able to see an all-lesbian national basketball team representing the United States at the Olympics. This is a dream come true for them.
That's
and their
really the-
cause.
the gay agenda realized. Right?
Yeah, I mean, like,
Now,
But we're on to them, you see.
beautifully.
not counting the gentleman in the white shirts. Actually, there's one woman, if I'm not mistaken, on the white shirt. There is your Olympic basketball team from 2016, the women.
Yep.
I'm not sure, but I'm going to guess that maybe a few of them maybe straight.
No,
maybe
they
hetero.
are. Like, I went through.
But
and
She slept with all of them.
But I'm
I
not-
did. Well, except Brittany Griner. That didn't happen.
I don't think I'm
That
going to
was
run
just
a
a story.
She's too young.
I'm pretty sure I don't want to try to run a basketball down anything of theirs because I'll probably get my ass beat.
kicked.
Yes, thank you very
Oh,
much.
yes, you would.
Gay or straight, you're
Right.
going down.
Right,
Yeah.
because I will attest that they're in a lot better physical shape than me or the fat bastard you're reading about right now.
Oh, Doughy the white boy? Yeah.
Yeah.
The,
Wait,
He's, the,
is that-
he's the worst
Which
Muppet.
which one am I? Doing the white?
No.
Okay, got it.
You're tan, darling.
but you know they.
3 out of 4 words.
It's the longest lasting spray tan I've ever seen. By the
So-
way.
8 years.
So this was because of going
make it
until
longer?
November. Going until November, he
The
says.
story is?
No.
It seems like
We're
it.
on to them, he says, because
still-
we see what they're doing, and all this will change as early as November. See, because according to him, Trump's going to change it all. And those traditional God-fearing among us will just have to endure the invasion of flat-chested, tomboy-looking lesbian deviants that are occupying our TV screens.
Wait,
this
so
is the same guy.
was Donald Trump supposed to be the St. Patrick of lesbians? Was he just going to drive them all out of the
Absolutely.
country?
No, he was,
I
getting,
think.
he was getting 12 breast implants because you're so
Right.
flat-chested.
Absolutely. And then he'll grab us by the pussy and, go from there, apparently, because he's not the most vile human being. This guy is. But he
Go ahead
also...
and try and grab Brittany Griner by
Yeah.
the pussy
Try
and lose
it.
a damn hand.
Yeah, try
I'm
it.
pretty
But
sure
he
she leaves it at
also-
home when she goes out. So she just leaves it.
Yeah,
'cause-
maybe.
We have the same gynecologist. I can confirm that story.
This Hagee moron... I was also against, because you know how they like talk out of both sides of their mouth kind of thing.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so in his church, if you are divorced, you're a deviant as well.
Oh, there you go.
Oddly, he's divorced.
Oddly. Crazy. Just like Rush Limbaugh, Trump,
Right,
any of those
right.
other motherfuckers.
Right.
Newt Gingrich.
Yep.
Yeah, let's
Oh,
keep going.
yeah. And that's why I went on and read about his church, and
Nice use of air quotes.
thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm
Calls him
very
as I see him.
I'm very concerned if, as a church, if they were getting any kind of the tax breaks, though, the church.
Oh, of course they
Because
are.
that's the kind of thing that, even more than just a typical church, if you will, because that's just culty bullshit. That's just awful that they would be getting any kind of a tax
But
break.
one of the things I've said about these all the time, I'm kind of happy with this from the standpoint of all the people that are going to follow that blindly and just be that stupid. You're over here, and I know where you are.
Oh,
That's fine. Stay over there,
Yeah.
because the rest of us are going to be over here,
Yeah,
being
but
fine and coexisting.
150 million homes in
There's
North
a
America.
lot of stupid people.
yeah.
Oh,
And now we
I
got
know
a
it.
number.
And I was like, I'm sorry, how many fuckwits listen to this?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Just like Joel Osteen and all the
You're
other
right.
motherfuckers.
You're right.
All of those people. Again, I don't give a fuck about you. It's just money.
Oh,
send me
God,
money.
God.
Send-
Isn't
Yeah.
Joel Osteen the one that God wants you to be rich? Isn't he the one
I'm
that's
pretty
about
sure.
prosperity?
Yeah.
I
That
think
sounds
it's right.
correct.
I heard a
And
commercial
he's
for him
not
today.
the worst of them. I mean,
No.
No, he's not the worst of them, but that cheesy fucking smile of him and his wife when they do interviews, it's
Are
very
there nominations for worst hair?
scary.
it's
almost.
very Scientology to me because there's
right,
just a
sure.
glaze to me to him, and it's all don't look over here, nothing's going on. Don't look behind the curtain.
Oh, yeah.
He gives me the creeps.
Yeah.
Don't
yeah.
like
I can go with that.
Don't ask your money's going.
In fact, I was driving around today running some errands, and I have luckily I have the Sirius XM. I listen to the Elvis station, and
love
I'm all
that. Right,
I'm all
right.
singing along. Well, then they cut to commercial, and it was about the fucking Joel Osteen channel, and I about ran my Explorer up the road because I'm like, I gotta get away from him.
Yeah.
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 It's horrible.
Yep. I completely agree.
I can't believe they got a fucking channel for him. I mean, they got a channel for a lot of
Wonderful.
shit that I don't
Yep.
need, but
But
anywho.
that's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
That's the one you need the least.
One of
Yeah.
them, yeah. Very much so. That and the knitting channel. I don't really
There's
need
a
much.
knitting channel?
I'm sure there is.
Oh, for God's sake, I thought you were being for
It's
real.
not as effective on radio though because you can't see the knit one, purl two, knit one, purl two. And here's another story. We're gonna move on
don't know.
to off of the fat bastard story. Instead of staying late at work trying to make an impression to get a promotion, a new study suggests that cracking jokes is the way to go. Researchers from Harvard's Business School found that attempts at cracking jokes at work show your employer an increased perception of confidence and competence. The study shows the most effective joke tellers are more likely to be chosen as group leaders. But make sure the jokes in the office are appropriate.
Exactly.
Researchers found inappropriate jokes lead to the perception of low competence. Have anybody, I was just going to ask, is anybody within their job, and it's being
This
a bartender.
has been my strategy all along.
Got it.
And look at all of the acclaim it's gotten me. So
Yeah,
far.
exactly.
look at
Her own lounge.
Both of them.
Yeah. I have my own logo. Can we put the logo?
Oh, we should, hang on, stand by.
Put the logo up.
We're going to, well, wait, which one?
You can cover me up. with
Either.
it.
I can't,
Either's
no.
fine.
Well, here's the logo. There's the big one.
Isn't that lovely?
I like it.
Now we've
There's
got
the
lovely.
big
Now
one.
we've got the watermark, but we can't use the watermark because it covers Marnie.
Oh, because Barney's
That's okay.
No, I don't like that. I like to
Look,
cover.
I'm like,
Oh, there we go. See, you got to talk like that. Look at the way she fits in.
That's fantastic. Wait, I gotta go screenshot that.
Oh, but you know what I can do? Oh, here, hang on. I got something else we can do. Keep, good. Carry on. I gotta make a change.
What are we doing? We're making a change.
Yeah, you can move your face.
Wait, I gotta hurry up and get to the
I'm gonna
live
Michael
stream so I can
Jackson
screenshot
this.
it.
I'm gonna
Oh,
make
goodness.
a change.
that was a lot.
I loved how he came out about transitioning. Make that change.
Wait. There it is.
Different change.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
Where's what I'm gonna do? Marnie, go.
That's
tell us more about the
nice.
picnic.
That's a nice. Did you have sandwiches or fried chicken?
Loose grapes, or did you have to pull them off the vine yourself?
Oh,
That's work.
Yeah, picking them ahead of time really saves time later.
It does. It does. That's our cooking show.
So much for that.
Pull grapes off vine. Put in bowl.
Plastic reusable
Enjoy.
cutlery or disposable?
Oh, ooh.
We're getting a lot of
Have you heard
questions.
about
Tough choice. It's a tough choice.
Have you heard
Sophie's.
about the smart condom?
Did it come in foil? Because apparently that's a problem for me.
It measures your performance,
By staying on?
and it's your worst nightmare.
Oh.
At least according to this.
I'm gonna need some more information.
Are you
about
looking to spice up your sex life?
Not that much.
Do
that. Are you
wish,
looking to have? Are you looking to have one?
do you wish for a more tech-savvy way
Lowered
to be judged
expectations.
by your penis? Look no further than the Icon,
Look no further.
the world's first smart condom that can track. It keeps track of every thrust. A ring you put at the base of the penis, the Icon, is a Fitbit for the naughty bits.
A Fitbit for the
Naughty
naughty bits.
Can it connect to your iPhone?
Mama like.
I believe so. It will measure a
Mama
whole
make.
bunch
Mama
of things about your sexy time, including speed, duration of sessions, penis girth,
About your sexy time.
sexy time.
Hammer time. Sexy time.
Stop. Sexy time.
Two separate times.
Stop. Collaborate. Listen.
Yeah.
Ice is back with a brand new edition.
Two out of three ain't bad.
And perhaps worst of all,
Don't let your
can
meatloaf.
compare your performance to that of people all over the world.
No.
The manufacturer is British Condoms and explains
Like the
threatens
Brexit.
that the Icon records calories burnt during sexual intercourse, speed of thrust, total number of thrusts,
Speed of thrust.
frequency of sessions, total duration of sessions, average velocity of thrust, girth measurement,
No.
different positions used, currently beta
How does
testing.
it know? Well, okay, never mind.
We'll have more info in a release coming soon. No pun intended. I'm sure.
That is
And-
a good point.
Is it possible you could tap me on the back of the head before the release comes?
And average skin temperature.
Your average. I'm gonna guess lukewarm.
There are a whole bunch of
Ice cold for me.
iPros to the Icon. Once you finish, and hopefully your partner does too, you can use the Icon app to download your data.
It should keep that ring on until your
charge
partner
it up.
finishes. That would be the polite thing to do. Don't you agree?
You will not know that the Icon is there. It's extremely
Shut
lightweight
up.
and non-invasive. For only one easy payment of something in Britain, prepare to feel more pleasure or more pressure
I feel like you're just gonna hear.
than ever before.
Yeah. Oh, keep
'Cause it's
those
gonna be-
sleigh bells ringling, jing ting tingling too.
As the power cord that goes to it, you're gonna be limited by like a 4-foot extension cord, or is it? I mean, it may be rechargeable.
Is it reusable?
Lovely weather for.
It's reusable.
I said, is it?
Is it-
That is a
oh,
question.
okay.
What is Icon?
Is it
I don't know,
dishwasher?
Is it
again,
an actual condom? It says, is it reusable? No.
is it dishwasher
Icon
safe?
is not an actual condom. It's a ring that will sit over a condom at the base, which you can use over and over again.
It's an
It
intelligent
is
cock ring. Come on.
extremely comfortable and resistant and lightweight.
Extremely comfortable.
You won't even know it's there, ensuring maximum pleasure
I don't know.
and
I have-
peace of mind that you can choose any condom you wish
Apparently,
to
this
use
is.
in conjunction.
I'm gonna go. This is more of a guy's story.
There's
Just
a
to-
nano chip and sensor in it.
So Meowcow says, I'm trying to imagine your Facebook automatically updating this info. She's setting quite the pace.
Update: Clayton slamming ham.
Look at the old girl go.
Yeah. According to the update, Ham's not finished.
He's making.
We both rode that trampoline. One of us got off.
Here's your bus pass. Your Uber's here.
You're going to have to go the rest of the way yourself.
I figured if Clayton was interested in anything with this, it's that it's completely energy efficient.
Solar powered. To keep sunlight between you and your partner.
Can I use it anonymously? It says absolutely.
Use it
All data will
anonymously.
be kept anonymous. But
Don't tell the
users
person you're
will
fucking
have
your
the
name.
option
There, you used it anonymously.
to share
your
their
name.
recent data with friends or indeed the world. You will be able to anonymously access stats that you can compare with Icon users worldwide.
No.
Yep.
I think I understand why your computer crashes.
Good caller, Alfie.
I have a private notion it's trying to self-destruct.
You mean because people fuck cars and measure girth?
Exactly.
Why? I'm just saying.
Can you just imagine? I just have this visual of somebody like on their stomach on the bed reading the data going by of what's happening to them.
It's not okay.
Harder. Faster. Come on. Come on. We're trending. We're trending.
If you see this arrow
Tom from
here-
down the street scout you beat, honey.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn
there's
it!
a-
Someone
there's-
in Asia just beat
There's
me.
a graph. We need to get here.
Yeah, 6.
Shove a lamp up my ass. Come on. Jesus Christ.
Put the whole ring in there. Make its own adventure.
Oh my
on.
God.
So you are so
Just
wrong.
saying. It's fantastic. It's just right. It's right
If
there.
they ever review your browser history,
Oh my God! For real. I'm waiting for Donald to
I'm
take
gonna
a
be
look at
front
that
row
one.
at that trial, just as they go page by
Can
page.
you imagine?
I think she has sex with cars.
Yeah, when the
Fitbit for naughty bits.
pretty
is-
the Fitbit for naughty bits was my that cracked me up.
I have a feeling you're not looking this up on your phone.
I'm sure not. No.
How come?
Well, because I kept like vaguely in the background hearing a noise, and I was like, what is that ding? What? Oh, it was my phone. The sound was on.
Oh, I see.
Oh.
As it turns out, breaking news: my house is out of adult and child Benadryl. There it is.
So when you get home, everybody's gonna be laying out going,
No, they're out. They're
no,
sneezing.
I'm thinking they already took it all.
I hope so.
Oh yeah.
I hope so.
And when Mama gets home, it's like, oh, I can watch TV alone.
Everybody in my house is in bed by 9. I watch TV alone kind of a lot.
What is this icon gaining a follower per thrust?
Slamming ham and making bacon.
So that's good. And Amina
Well
has
done, Jenny.
Amina has a new character, Chlamydia Windsor, searching for the perfect scone.
I like it.
Perfect scone.
Approves this.
I
one.
like your scones.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna be Dusty Sands, or was it Sandy Dust? Sandy Dust.
Dusty scone.
Just not sure.
We're gonna solve crime. Chlamydia Windsor and Sandy Dust.
Gritty. She's a gritty girl.
Craziness.
It's a haboob of clap. Oh, that almost fits. I have to abort mission. Goodbye.
You have to go make?
I gotta go make.
Go make.
Well, hurry, go make, because I got something funny coming.
Turn on the fan, would you?
Oh, you okay? Sorry.
I disconnected it because I don't like that light. Cheesy Pete's.
It's good stuff.
Oh my
Fine,
God!
sir.
Sometimes you people are fun to do
depends.
a show with.
Depends.
Yeah, depends. Yeah.
No.
Some days.
Oh my heavens sakes!
That logo's really bright. I'm gonna have to get you like white on black.
Well, I can hang on.
really
We can
bright
change
today.
the opacity. Oh, but you know what? I can also. Well, hang on a minute. Hang on, lady. Look, we can do something else here. Oh, hang on. I got.
Hey, lady.
Hey, lady. All right. Hang
We
on.
thought the vanity was bad before. Now I've got a fucking logo.
No,
Seriously.
oh yeah, it's getting worse. Now what? Now hang on. We're gonna do this. Where's the shot?
And she's making us all wear T-shirts.
Yeah, you know, I was at happy hour with Ashley from Echo.
Yeah.
And, you know, had a couple of drinks, took a selfie, and she was stunned at my ability to watermark a photo at the drop
That
of
fast.
a hat.
Sure,
yeah,
sure.
she looks at me, she said, I have to wait a week for our art department to
Right,
watermark our
right.
shit, and you just did it sitting here at the fucking bar. Kat Carlson.
You realize how many job opportunities are out there for you in the world if bartending ever falls through? Because you really have the ability to do so many different things like that, where for whatever reason, art departments take fucking weeks to do shit, and you just know how to do it.
Well, but
I don't know how to do
yeah,
it.
in defense of their art department, they're probably batching together like 300 photos to watermark them all before they can be officially distributed. Whereas I'm just slapping a single logo on a single photo.
I think
Atta
it just
girl.
sounds
Yeah.
lazy.
I am lazy.
They sound lazy to me.
Oh,
Is the
well, that's
icon
fair.
keeping track of your slaps?
I'm trying to remember what we called that.
Thank
now.
God.
When
no.
you make,
Oh, I found it.
Thank God.
I just lit a match. It seemed faster.
I like.
That is considerate. No,
Now, Kat, you tell me, how about this? That's pretty good. Look at that.
I like it.
Oh, very subtle.
lovely.
I like it.
I like it too.
Oh,
stuff.
the only thing is, well, no, sorry. We're good. We're good. Look,
Well,
look.
maybe we should swap the Q Talk and the Kat Carlson
Nope.
at some point.
Nope, because I want people to know it's us.
But the one in dead center doesn't.
That's what I was trying to give Q Talk the prominence.
If nobody,
Can't we make that in red?
If nobody's sing, oh, who knows?
I think that would be great.
You think in red?
Kat
I don't
Carlson
know
in
because it
red?
just jumps out. You know.
Oh my God!
I don't
think
know.
I
Make
can.
it in blue.
I don't want to alarm anyone.
God, I leave for 5 minutes and people are on graphics.
Oh,
Maybe we should make it like blue
Now,
lighting.
are we gonna
We
have
need
like
to get
font
Mom-
club and decide what's our favorite font for a love letter?
Anyone who says Comic Sans is out.
you got. You have Mama Die shirt.
I do. Yeah. No, I have one. I will.
You'll see her at the parade. Throw it at her.
Yeah. I'll bring it Sunday morning.
Good time for a t-shirt cannon. I'm just saying.
Actually,
I wish I had a T-shirt cannon.
nope.
Why
I
can't we
also,
go?
in related news, want a confetti cannon.
Yeah, totally.
Real bad.
Actually, I can't
can
make
get those at
I
Target.
can't make changes to it because it's already preset with that color. There's
Oh,
nothing
very
for me to
nice.
make changes
Oh, okay.
to. So that's all right. No big deal. No worries. In our
I'll
final
send you some files.
in our
Right.
final headline story, I have old 45. You know, he welcomed members of the American Truckers Association this week to the White House to listen to truckers and the CEOs of trucking companies to talk about healthcare, which at the time when he was talking to them had no idea that it was going to go down in flames. But later, after this brilliant discussion where I'm not kidding you, if you saw him reading the script to them, it was fantastic. And it went something like this. Truckers are the backbone of America. They spend hours and hours running the highways and byways of our country delivering goods and services. You know, that's true. That's very true. You guys deliver goods and services. Both of y'all be there. The infrastructure of the Americas is reliant, and he goes down the things, and that's a good point. That's really, did you know that? That's really good. Then he goes on. It was the most god-awful thing to see him read a script he'd never, ever fucking
Right,
seen
so
before.
sincere, and then agree with himself.
And then he learned what truckers do. They're away from their families. They're on the road all the time.
They're stuck in that tiny little
right,
cab.
all this bullshit. And it was like fucking news to him. How do you think all your China steel gets from the ship you bought it from to your
exactly
goddamn
right.
buildings? Anyway, so the leader of the free world then took the time to go outside.
No, it's Angela Merkel.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Oh, okay. So our guy,
Yeah.
45, he decided to go outside and get in the cab of a truck and then pretended to drive it. He even pulled the horn, made some funny faces that were probably intended to look cool and tough. You know, like he is. He's a cool, tough guy. Well, the internet kind of had some fun.
I fucking love the
Some
internet.
fun with these. One of them was this one. When you thought you wouldn't have to stop until the
He has
next
to
rest
make-
area. Yeah. That's one of them.
That was a word in need of a meme.
Yeah.
This one is him having a conversation with the other guy in the cab of the truck. I'm Mad Max. That's not the character's name, sir. I am Speed. The guy in Speed was not called Speed. You're fucking awful. And this one I thought was good because, you know, everybody makes this face when Thunderstruck comes on the radio. He's headbanging.
That's the worst case of I can't make I've ever witnessed.
He's
in-
making it right there. In an air ride Mack truck right there,
Yeah.
baby. He's got it.
Moments before, he shouted, "I'm about to cut one."
But when he
Honey, listen to this.
when he closed that door and you see him making the the like a 6-year-old driving a truck and he's doing this. I'm like, oh, how embarrassing. How embarrassing for everybody.
I thought of that too because
it was horrible.
My grandfather owns a trucking company, and my dad, you know what I mean. My dad's in trucking, so we all kind of grew up doing that. And I was just thinking, seriously, we did that when we were 6.
Right, exactly.
Well, this is the first time he's met an actual worker. So
72.
Yeah, it was.
It's
sad.
like when somebody sees a cow and feels they have to moo at it. Yeah,
because the cow's gonna know what you're saying.
yeah.
What?
Should I make more coffee?
Well, I don't know.
Are we out?
Well, yeah.
Oh, because of the great mishap.
Yeah, we lost a couple cups during the spillage. No, I can.
There's no more of the crack though.
But I can do it when we're going to toss this over to Alfie. Okay. I'll come make it. Because I think we're done with our little deal.
Oh, he not me. I'm like,
Huh? What? Huh? What are you gonna do?
I saw that.
Yeah, Meow Cal's right. He's a fucking 5-year-old. It's embarrassing.
Absolutely, he is.
Positively.
Okay, I think it's time for this.
Did you not have another one?
No, we're done.
Oh, good.
That was my last. We're done. Here we go, Alfie.
Every time.
So manly.
Something.
That's what someone thought.
Val.
None of us. None of us.
No one with ears.
And no,
Yeah, I would
none
say
of the
that's Jeff
listeners.
right now. The closed captioning really sold
Hannibal
that.
the cat just ran again.
So NBC makes new rules about showing the Winter Olympics.
Ooh.
It's 1984 again in a couple different places. Someone's dead, and the return of a show that looks really good. I'm enjoying the commercials. I'm at least intrigued by them. And they were talking about it earlier. Grace and Frankie is back for season 3.
Yeah.
And I felt I rushed through season 2.
This time it's personal.
Yeah.
Literally this time.
So I felt like I needed a refresher on season 2. I
could
feel
see
like I
that.
watched that in like a day.
I feel like it was kind of a. Maybe I need to rewatch it too because I started watching season 3 and I was like, wait, what the fuck happened? And then I was watching it with my brother-in-law. Like we had done the baseball game and everything, and I just turned the TV on, which I find is kind of odd when we have company now that we're like streaming only, because then it's this whole like, well, what are you like? I don't.
What are you binging? Yeah.
Right. It's not just hey, let's see what's on the television and just stop on something randomly. It's very purposefully choosing things, and at one point, the daughter's like apologizing to Frankie, and Eric says, well, what did she do? I'm like, I don't remember.
Yeah, and
I don't know why they're fighting. I have no idea.
I wasn't in the mood to wiki it, so I'm like, let's watch it. I clearly watched it in like however many hours that is, 6.5 hours when it was on, and it just funny. Like the season 2,
It's good. Yeah.
just the two of them together. It's light, you know. But when she's trying to the wish with the eyelash in the first episode, and Lily Tomlin has an eyelash on her cheek, so Jane Fonda grabs it and tells her to make a wish, and she goes to pluck out one of Jane Fonda's eyelashes. She's like, no. You pull on one, they all come out. So you pull one thread, this whole face falls. And I was like, oh my God, that's funny.
That's great.
And it's just a nice, light back and forth between the two of them. Like, it's not one of those like belly laugh ones, but you just
There's some
a
lines
kind,
that they
gentle
have
laugh
that's,
that.
yeah.
Well, and as it turns out, if you're watching it as just kind of a drop in, like the lines still work and the storyline is light enough and banal enough to follow.
Yeah, and it just
And it's something really great for now. I mean, like for everything that's going on with all the bullshit, to be able to look up and be like, thank you.
Yeah, just a
Oh
light
my
laugh.
God, it makes me, that kind of stuff makes me happy.
So I really was like, oh, I'm gonna, because I was just gonna like skip through and get cut and just refresh what happened. And I'm like, nah, I'm in.
Oh, good.
So, but and it was one of those things. I love that feeling when you're like watching something kind of funny that you've seen before, and you're like giggling and laughing, and then all of a sudden you're asleep because you're just happy as Larry. You know what I mean? You've already made for the night. You're good.
Wow, fantastic.
So that's it. And then also returning April 19th. And if you've been watching Feud, then you've been watching the commercials for it. Fargo comes back April 19th.
Yep.
I just started watching it.
Oh.
Like 2 episodes in. I just started
season
watching
1 or
it.
season 2?
1.
Yeah.
Oh.
What do you think? Just the 2 episodes.
So far I'm in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sharon, on the other hand, not sold.
No, and you know what? That's the thing. I think you either is one of the shows that you're either right there or you're just not.
And season
like
2 is
this
better
level.
because it changes completely. And season
I don't
2
know. I
is.
thought season 1 was pretty good.
Oh, I did too. Until season 2 came along, and
Yeah,
then they,
you're right,
They
you're
just
right.
knocked that shit
I
out of
watched
the
the
park.
first episode, was so like just delighted by it. I sat Sharon down on our like mutual day off. I'm like, I think I found our new show. Watch this, and I look over like 20 minutes in, and she's like on her phone. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
And Key,
you don't care, you don't like it. She's like, no, it's fine. No, you.
Key and
Yeah,
Peele,
right.
Key and Peele show up too.
Oh, do they? Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Like, it was just a mystery to me why they were there. It was such a random choice, but very funny.
I like it.
So the new season starts, and Ewan McGregor plays twins.
That's right. Okay.
Carrie Coon from Gone Girl, and is she in the what's the show from HBO where half the people disappeared, where they all disappeared in like a reckoning kind of thing?
Oh, The Leftovers.
The Leftovers. I think she's in The Leftovers. I never remember what the other show she is. But that comes. So she I think she's the cop this time.
Okay.
That starts April 19th, and then there's a show coming on Lifetime.
She is in The Leftovers.
Okay, that's where I was. And she's wonderful, and she's so good in Gone Girl. I think it's called Mary the Murderer. Will you look that up? On
Yep.
Lifetime, they're pushing the shit out of it. And she's like a nurse, doctor, angel of death that like euthanizes her patients. And it really looks good.
Okay.
Is it Mary like Tyler Moore or Mary like
M-A-R-Y,
Here
yeah.
Comes the Bride? Okay.
They were talking. I figured I would come to you
Oh.
rather than look it up. The True Detective might be coming back.
It might be coming back. The original guy that wrote and directed it is
Mary Kills People.
Mary Kills People. That's what it was. Google that. That looks really intriguing. The guy that originally started it has written a couple episodes. Matthew McConaughey has expressed interest in reprising the character, and the guy that was it's on the IMDb. I can't think. It's on the IMDb page. The guy that they're bringing in as a director, writer, but not the showrunner. Like they need to pick a showrunner.
Okay.
Oh, and I can't think of
What's the
maybe
name of the
he's
show?
Deadwood. I think Deadwood was the show that only had one season or something. Or
Sounds right, but I didn't get into it.
yeah,
I
it's
know
on the
that
front
people
page of the
talked about that.
IMDb page. Let me
Deadwood had one season. Front page.
Oh my luck. Because I read through that that headline say, oh, now it's gone. But let's see. Oh, I know what it is. Okay, I'm sorry. See more top news. All right, I'd like to, please. It already got bumped off the...
Action packed here on the IMDb channel.
100 yards, 200 yards.
Yeah. There's so much on here that it's just not coming up. But anyway, so it's quality people that they're bringing back, but there's no talks. HBO has said like not official.
So what's the show again?
True Detective. But if you go to True Detective, it should have the headlines that have to do with True Detective come up on the side. And we can get his name. David Milch joins the writing team. He was Deadwood and NYPD Blue.
Well,
Go ahead, Marty.
Well, thank you.
Because it's full service.
It's
here.
coffee time.
The,
So it would be
the
exciting.
coffee cart girl is here.
And I guess that
Is that
the
okay? Okay.
HBO is
Thank you, sir.
got enough money to spare that even though the second season was highly rated because of the critical panning it took, that's why I don't want to renew it. Like, so it's kind of nice that they're not just like following the dollar. Like, nah, it wasn't up to snuff.
Yeah, we liked it. We're
So-
gonna do more.
So I guess good on you. NBC has made a choice and will finally air the Winter Olympics coverage live everywhere. So no more having to go to, NBC Sports or MSNBC Sports, whatever that channel is, and all the channels of Universal to find stuff live.
That smells really good. See, that was actually really handy with the app last Olympics, right? So I was watching TV with the Amazon Fire Stick, and so you would download the NBC app and you'd be able to kind of go through all of their different channels and find the thing that you wanted to watch. So if they're going to try and consolidate that all on NBC, like that's great for the DVR crowd, but kind of meh.
Yeah, and the other problem is that
I wonder if they're going to do both, though. Are they going to make it available live
don't know,
on
maybe.
NBC and then do it everywhere else as well?
and do it everywhere else because some of the problems are the Olympics are coming from South Korea, so the time change. So you're going to be making the athletes compete at really bizarre fucking times a day to be prime time. And then do you pick like prime time LA or prime time New York? Like, do you make people want to watch at 5 p.m. for women's figure skating, or make the East Coasters watch at 11 p.m.? Or it's a 2-hour, 3-hour difference. You know
3
what I
hour
mean?
right now.
So live on NBC is going to be tough. Or do you do a different feed for every time zone, and then the people on the East Coast already know who won? You know what I mean? Like, that's
I see. Do you
that's
like
how live do you go? Because that's one of the things is
that's tough with the internet now because you can just.
And that's why, like, if you really want to see something live and not the edited down highlights where only Americans are on TV.
For example, right now it's coming up on 1 p.m. in South Korea. So they're, 9 hours? Coming
That's
up
not
on
an
10?
ungodly
So
time
that's not bad. Like, so if you wanted to be live at 9 p.m. here, which is then you would have to be an afternoon figure skater. All right, judges allow it. We're back on board. So maybe that's how they figured it out.
As long as I can get to ice dancing, that's all I
Primetime
care
coverage
about.
of the events will air simultaneously, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Central Time, 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time, according to the Los Angeles Times. Nothing brings America.
That was funny.
Thank you.
I'm having a really nice time.
Oh!
Nothing brings America together like 2 weeks of the Olympics. And the communal experience will now be shared across the country at the same time, both on television and streaming online. Jim Bill, that's his name. This means social media won't be ahead of the action in any time zone. As a result, none of our viewers will have to wait for anything. This is exciting news for the audiences, the advertisers, and our affiliates alike. And it is. And one of the problems people complain about is I don't want to go to I have my big screen TV. I don't really want to watch it on my app, you know. And then, but I liked that it was on. If you really wanted to go way inside baseball and watch all of the ladies figure skating
badminton
instead of the top 5. Just give me the highlights. And then, because they always show you the 5 or 6 that did the best, the one that, like, burned out spectacularly, and the one that's now in a coma.
And the Cinderella story. Right?
Yeah, exactly. And then, the one who just overcame cancer and has 1 foot, but still skating beautifully.
Good on you. Good on you. Look at that toe loop.
Toe pick.
Yeah. Just gross. So...
Speed pedicures. They're going to be fantastic. South Korea.
Now I got to find the date for this one because I admit I didn't read all the way down through the story. So more than 180 movie theaters will screen 1984 to protest Trump. A coalition of cinephiles concerned that 2017 is starting to resemble 1984 in italics because they mean the book, are joining forces to protest the dumpster fire. On April 4th, more than 180 art house theaters, as well as 5 venues in Canada, 1 in England and 1 in Sweden. What the fuck do you have a problem with Sweden? Will screen Michael Radford's film adaptation of George Orwell's dystopian classic in condemnation of the Trump administration's policies. The screenings are being organized by the Art House Convergence, and the United State of Cinema. I guess there's just one state.
One.
But it's together.
The latter of which said in a statement, Orwell's portrait of a government that manufactures their own facts demands total obedience and... what?
I like the way your face looked when you realized what you'd fucking said.
Take 2.
Why is my mouth... Yeah. Orwell's portrait of a government that manufactures their own facts, demands total obedience, and demonizes foreign enemies has never been timelier. The endeavor encourages leaders to take a stand for our most basic values, freedom of speech, respect for our fellow human beings, and the simple truth that there's no such thing as alternative facts. The screenings are intended to galvanize people in the crossroads of cinema and community. Do we have a Venn diagram to help people with
We can.
cinema and community? And bring us together to foster communication and resistance against current efforts to undermine the most basic tenets of our society. Released in 1984, Redford's film is the second such adaptation of Orwell's book. The first came out in 1956. Stars the late John Hurt. And in an unrelated note, Eurythmics did a soundtrack for the album with the song Sex Crime on it.
It's a great song.
Julia, great song. And the music is beautiful. There's a couple songs written for it, and then there's like a score that they did. And a soundtrack that's very hard to find. I have it on CD. Don't break into my house to get it.
I would just call
And
you.
then this director didn't use it, so they released it simultaneous. They just released it on their own simultaneously. He ended up going a whole different
sex,
way.
crime.
But if you get a chance to hear anything from Eurythmics' 1984 album, it is amazing. It's some of the most just wonderful music. And the song Julia. Oh, is it Julia?
There is a Eurythmic song called Julia.
Yeah.
Could it also be Julia?
Different.
Yeah, that's it.
That's available at your local car wash.
And then
That's Julio.
Exactly.
and a death. And I swear to you, this woman died right after the movie was made. I thought people talked about it. Maybe she had Pop Rocks or something and Coca-Cola and died like Mikey from the Life cereal commercial. But What's Eating Gilbert Grape star Darlene Cates has died. She died Sunday morning in her sleep. She was 69 years old. Kate's sister, Sherry Cates Morgan, shared the news. It was bittersweet heart that we share that our precious wife, mother, and Gaga. She was Lady Gaga?
No,
I
I'm
don't
gonna
know.
go
guess
with,
that's what
I'm gonna
they're-
go with grandmother.
She was called home somewhat unexpectedly, peacefully in her sleep Sunday morning.
Did you actually think she died in the Gilbert Grape movie?
No. But I had a lot of facts wrong during the Gilbert Grape movie. One will remember.
Okay.
Um,
Isn't that where you fell in love with Leo, though?
well, I didn't fall in love with him because
You didn't realize it was even him, did you?
No.
Yeah.
I'd never heard of him before that, so I thought it was Corky from My
one of the-
So-Called Life. What's that show called? I think I'm mixing two shows.
Obla Di
You
Obla
are
Da.
mixing-
Life goes on.
Life goes on. So I thought they had
Aaron has a
actually
gun at the
hired,
marketplace.
an actor with a disability to play this role.
Oh, DiCaprio
yeah.
and What's
Right.
Eating Gilbert
yeah,
Grape.
and so when he showed
You've
up at
said
the
that for a
Oscars,
long
I was like,
time.
Who is that? What the hell's
I'm
that?
like, oh, he's cute, and he seems to not be like the character.
Right.
He didn't have to make.
It's one of those. That's one of the movies where I first was like, "Ooh, that's Johnny Depp."
Yeah, and Johnny Depp is beautiful in that movie. So Kate's famously played their mother, who was housebound in the movie. And she was discovered after Gilbert Grape author and screenwriter Peter Hedges discovered Kate's on an episode of Sally Jesse Raphael titled "Too Heavy to Leave Their House."
Oh.
She talked candidly about her battle with obesity and the pelvic infection that caused her to gain nearly 150 pounds. Any judges ruling on that? That sounds
Wow,
nasty.
that sounds terrible.
After the show,
Why did somebody think it sounds great? That sounds terrible.
but so after the movie,
No,
and
like
everything-
it's sometimes you think, oh, well, that sounds inconvenient.
yeah, but
But that sounds terrible.
Inconvenient.
Yeah. So after years of health problems, she dropped nearly 250 pounds with the hope of acting again. And she did have a couple other roles. She was on Touched by an Angel. I can't show you in the doll where she was touched. Picket Fences. I'm unable at this time to show you on the doll.
Funny.
And Leonardo DiCaprio had written her a letter and said that I am not really the best in expressing my words in writing, but you are the most special person I've ever met. He wrote, I'll always remember you as being the best acting mama I ever had. You triumphed in your role. So, and it is a beautiful,
sweet.
yeah, it's a beautiful performance and just a gut-wrenching heartbreaker of a movie.
It's been a long time since I've seen that. I should probably watch
Such
that
a
again.
great
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, and I was moved by the entire thing.
So you had brought up the 1984, and that
Yeah.
being kind of the tie-in with crazy shit that's going on in our world. And I was telling your mom today at lunch that I was pretty sure that I had said this on the show, but one of my favorite books that I ever read, going through as the little English major literature person, was Margaret Atwood's The Handmaid's Tale.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And if you've not, and I don't mean to point to you, but
Isn't that a
like,
movie coming out soon?
It's already been out.
Oh, okay.
But it's coming out on Hulu. They're doing a remake because in
There's one coming up in the theaters coming.
there was
Similar title maybe then.
the
I
initial
feel like there was a weird
one,
protest in that costume recently too.
the initial one, it's in a futuristic, theocratic, and dystopian United States. Offred, who's the main character, was played at the time in 1990 by Natasha Richardson.
Yep.
Now deceased. A tree. Is forced to become a handmaid,
We had the
which
same
is
birthday.
a sexual slave that serves as a surrogate for couples who desire children but are unable to have them. She works for the cold Serena, who is played by Faye Dunaway in the original. I
forgot about- yeah.
And her cruel husband, the commander, Robert Duvall. Alfred is in love with the commander's chauffeur, who's played by Aidan Quinn. So these handmaids, like all of a sudden it's normal United States. And then it becomes quite different. And it says, I've seen the movie. This was written in 1985. The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. And there are morons, and I mean that with love. I because not everyone is familiar with it. But these people that are coming out against it, the trumpeters, that's just awful because they think it's about him. Kind of weird.
Yeah.
This was written 30-some years ago, 32 years ago.
But it rings such a true bell.
And Margaret Atwood on Twitter was like, read 1985. This was written in 1985. But in Canada, they're going to be coming out with something different. But that's the thing I'm reading here. But a chilling 2-minute trailer of the upcoming TV series based on the novel was released last Thursday by Hulu. And so it's only going to be on Hulu. And they are adapting the Atwood classic. And it's striking just the right unsettling dystopian tone. Elizabeth Moss is in it and says, in this thing, it says, I was asleep before. Offred, as playing Offred, says in the voiceover, that's how we let it happen. When they slaughtered Congress, we didn't wake up. When they blamed terrorists, and suspended the Constitution, we didn't wake up either.
Yeah.
And so this is just the voiceover showing The Handmaid's Tale, and it goes through, just typical, so lesbians, if you're not able to bear children, if you're too old, you're gay, you're barren, whatever it is, you're then sent off to what's called the wastelands. And so anyone,
probably a lot more fun there.
Oh my God, right? And so the Offred's best friend in this is a lesbian, and basically becomes kind of like the Harriet Tubman let's get to Canada.
Yeah, and
it's amazing. This book it's chilling. It chilled me when I was reading it in 96, 97 when I was in school, and when everything started happening, I was.
Yeah, and I read that sometime,
God.
and Harrison will have to help me because I think we read it at the same time, or in similar time, and I, for some reason, never always stayed in my mind is this an old book or a newer book?
Right.
And I remember never thinking that. And I'm sure at some point I looked at the thing and said, oh, it's a modern book.
Because they talk about a debit card, and they talk about then Orwell.
Right, but at the same time, it just had that feel, kind of like the first time you heard At Last. That's my thing. Is is this a song from the 40s or the 60s or the 70s? It sounds, and that book has that same tone to it. We're was this written back when 1984 was written, or was this written? Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Oh, it's chilling. And the first one, like I said, with what a great cast with Faye Dunaway and Tasha Richardson. So I'll be intrigued to see how they do this one.
And you said Hulu.
It's a series. It's going to be on Hulu.
I wasn't sure where it landed because I've seen commercials in different places, and you might be thinking of, because they mentioned it quite a few times at the Oscars, and I had talked about it.
They might be doing a release.
A movie from last year called The Handmaiden that I had talked about a few times.
Okay.
But I think I saw a preview for that recently when I was at a theater. I don't recall which movie I was going to see, but
The Handmaiden.
I want to say that one
because it did the art house circuit. Late last year, so you probably saw the trailer for it when you saw Jackie.
That may have been.
I'm fairly certain that would have been it. It's a South Korean Japanese movie, and it's wonderful. So
that's Amina says.
And I accidentally saw it because I thought it was going to be a Japanese South Korean take on A Handmaid's Tale or A Handmaid's Tale.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It was just off enough.
Oh, I remember you talking about that.
So I went to see it accidentally thinking it was going to be a foreign interpretation. And I'm like, well, this has nothing to do with the story, I thought, but it's excellent. Excellent movie.
Yeah, Amina says that it might be too intense for her at the moment.
Yeah.
And for a lot of people, I can't imagine it won't be because
there's all kinds of times where you read stuff and you're like,
startling.
Oh God, this was fiction.
Right.
Oh dear God, this was meant.
Well, and that's what was so weird because I remember sitting in there and this was a book that when I was in college that we read, and I was at a community college. So I was at Gateway Community College, and So we had people that were 18, 19 in there. I was 24, 25, had gone back to school. And then there was, I remember, like a 68, 69-year-old gentleman that was in there as well. And so to get, for all the different age ranges and whatnot, to get the reactions
Yeah.
from whether it be reading the book or from watching, because she had us watch the movie as well, it was startling, the different views and how people saw things. So like I said, when all of a sudden everything kind of Trumpian started and just different pieces, I would hear things and be like, it was almost like a little pinprick on the back of my neck. Like, what, wait a minute.
Yeah, very.
What is this? And
very disturbing book.
Yeah, it really is. And so the people that are in the cast, it's Jordana Blake, which doesn't mean anything to me. Alexis Bledel.
Oh,
That's
from
Rory Gilmore.
Yeah, from the Gilmore Girls.
Okay,
And isn't she part of the Traveling Pants?
I don't care. I didn't see it.
Yeah, I don't remember. I always feel like she.
Like her pants
I
traveled
mix it,
around.
except for America Ferrera. I mix all those other girls up.
Ralph Fiennes or
Rafe.
Joseph
Fiennes.
Joseph Fiennes. My bad.
Who really needs the work?
Max Minghella. Again, I don't know.
sounds smart.
Elizabeth Moss.
Max Minghella is Anthony Minghella's
the
son, the director.
Okay.
Dead, but
Okay.
fantastic director, and his son's a good
I
actor.
just want to point out that someone might be very interested, Amina, because Samira Wiley is in this as well. So it might be something that that you might be interested in watching eventually, if nothing else. But yeah, just chilling. So it might be something for everyone to check out on Hulu. I'm trying to find the date. April 30th.
Yeah, I think it's next month.
Yeah, I think it's the end of.
So then we have a photo. She got us nicely segued nicely to the next story. Do you have the photo to show?
I do. Give me just a second. Boom. Okay, go.
So Samira Wiley and Lauren Morelli continue to be the cutest couple in the world, and they're gorgeous photos here. And I sent you that. I'm not sure. Can you pull back and see more of it?
Oh, the dress.
Can
is
the icon
gorgeous.
come out a little bit?
Stand by. I don't know. Oh, actually, I think it will. Well, actually, no. There's not much more to it than that on that particular.
Oh, because the one on the right is actually a pantsuit.
Oh, is it?
It actually has not a pantsuit, but it's got pants, a jumper, if you will.
A jumper.
Atta
Stand
girl.
by.
And
Well,
it's-
when you sent me the link, it actually highlighted that picture, so that's the one I used. But stand by. We'll go back and pull another one.
If you can pull out just a little bit so we're both comfortable and can see her.
Oh, I see the one you want. I see.
Yeah.
This, can you pull? Does your ring indicate that it's safe to pull out? God damn.
Yeah, so I'm checking their readout. So you're undoubtedly seeing the gorgeous images of Orange is the New Black stars Samira Wiley and Lauren Morelli's wedding. That took place over the weekend. They tied the knot in Palm Springs on Saturday in an intimate ceremony surrounded by family and friends.
This is the one you want.
Yes. And look how gorgeous that is. I mean, it's slightly camel toe-ish. There's the risk, but, you know.
I have to tell you, I'm
feel
not
like
a
she
fan
could
of
keep
that,
it
but Samira Wiley's dress, I think, is gorgeous.
Oh, I just think it's just smart on both their parts. I mean, she's got a cape on, for the love of God.
No, and I agree with that. I just
Yeah.
But
I get it, because there's that danger of camel toe coming right at you.
It's rough.
Yeah.
Especially in white.
You never know when it's going to start creeping up the trail. You know what I mean?
You don't know.
I hope there wasn't a twist contest at the reception.
Or even a limbo.
Everybody, hold on.
So,
Scissor Sisters, right?
Don't do any
nice,
high
make
kicks
nice,
there.
make
yeah, too many high kicks.
No high
And they're going to
kicks.
get you in Celine Dion cam,
That's what
where
I'm
the
saying.
camera's right at
They're right up
camel
your
toe
hooter.
level. Yeah.
Not
She's
all right.
always filmed at that level.
Poor baby.
So, 2 custom white looks designed by Christian Siriano, a structured full-skirted ball gown and a jumpsuit complete with cape and an ornate collar. Like, where'd that sentence go? They celebrated their betrothal with a desert-themed party in the desert. Well, yeah.
Palm Springs.
Inspired by everyone's most beloved childhood treat, Pillsbury Funfetti cake. Nope, not
That sound nope.
not everyone. We got one dissenter already.
I could go with a little funfetti cake right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Sure.
Fucking
Nice
confetti.
big-
I have
Nice
to make
big
one.
glass
Complete
of
with
Aaron
technicolored
only wants
tablescapes,
funfetti.
rainbow parasols, and lots of confetti, naturally. But it turns out the ceremony itself was really only the beginning of all the cuteness. I can't take anymore, but they're adorable.
Yeah, they really are.
I need a confetti cannon.
So if you
like
go on, you can
stats.
see.
I know.
So if you go on the one website, and I will give credit to people.com for how funny this is. Wiley also shared a favorite gift from Orange is the New Black castmate Danielle Brooks, who gave the couple a white card which reads, "May you both not have your periods on your wedding day."
Wow.
That's fantastic.
So just
Can you
good
imagine?
times.
Terrible.
So there's
Terrible,
all kinds of fun, and Danielle Brooks, her pictures are on there. There's videos. Just an adorable couple, and the wifey, Lauren Morelli, right? Am I saying?
Sounds right, yeah.
Lauren Morelli. She's one of the writers on Orange is the New Black.
Oh,
That's
okay.
how they met,
So,
I believe.
yeah.
Right? Yep.
So after the trauma that they caused us between the writing and performing of those last 2 episodes of Orange is the New Black. Like, and that comes back in June, and we all have to get our
We're not
therapist.
prepared.
So,
We're not
we are
prepared.
not prepared. And I mean, I had a couple people at work, but they were talking about all the shows they binge, and I was like, "Well, you haven't mentioned Orange is the New Black." Oh, we couldn't. I'm like, "Oh my God, you got to get past the white girl. Like you just
Everyone
have,
hates her. We
you got
all
to
hate
power
her.
through the."
Yeah.
And they were like, "Why?" They're like, "She's the point to the show." I'm like, "She really
She's
isn't.
just not.
She's
You're
she
right.
just starts.
She's not.
She gets the train
She's
out of
the
the
gateway
station.
drug.
Yeah."
She's the gateway drug.
That's funny. I like that.
So, good times.
She's the no-dos that
That's
gets
right.
you to the pot, that
That's
gets you to the good stuff.
Good call.
to the good stuff in the end.
That's what she said.
So yeah,
Fair play.
and the icon agreed. Good stuff in the end there, sir.
It's got good numbers here, sir. Good numbers.
When the icon starts talking, then we're all in trouble.
Oh,
I think the dirty talking is coming from your condom, sir.
I can't tell you.
I can't tell you.
If you gotta do it before we do this, because I don't want that showing up
Yeah.
on the icon.
For real.
You got cat spit.
You're right, Amina. She
Cat
does.
actually spit.
Nope.
No.
Nope, she's gonna swallow.
In related news.
We're just not sure what to make of that. I'm not.
Good God.
You have to
Lord.
watch. You absolutely have to watch the Goldbergs when.
Make-
It's just too
make-
I mean, if that show wasn't already the funniest show on TV.
Mark your calendars. My one and only alcohol-free show today.
Yeah?
That's it. Going
All
back.
right.
I'm going back to drinking.
Nicely done.
Atta
I can see
girl.
why. I can see
All
why.
right, so I'm done.
I mean,
Wow. Can I share?
Seacrest out.
I'm gonna share two things. I'm gonna share 2 things.
If you
Please do.
can carve
Share
your
two things.
initials in my cervix, you're in too deep. That's from Jenny.
You're bottoming out.
True.
Literally. Two things I just wanted to share.
My gynecologist said the same thing to me last week.
I can believe it.
There's 2 things this week that I found. I just was gonna throw these in
Get
because
out.
I can.
Yeah.
One thing I posted on Facebook, but I can't get over how happy I am with it because it involves 2 of my favorite things: tractors and Judy Garland. I found this.
Oh,
I
yes.
found this
Oh,
GIF
see
online,
it.
and I don't know what movie it's from.
It's
She made hundreds.
No, it's from Summer Stock.
Oh,
It's the opening scene.
Oh, I need to see this movie because
right after she gets dressed, perfectly made up with her hair and everything, singing. If you feel like singing, sing.
I just love that she's on
haven't
a
seen that since I was, like,
Ferguson.
10
she's on
years
a
old.
like a 1930s Ferguson Ford tractor. I love this because I've driven this tractor.
She's getting stuff done.
My cousin owns one of these tractors. I just think it's fantastic. I just thought it was so cool to see that.
All right, so I have a tractor question.
Oh.
So you're
Ooh.
in that. We'll put it back
Back
up
to
there.
Mechanics Corner.
Yeah, there you go.
Stand by. We're going back to Judy
Mechanics
Garland on a
Corner,
Okay,
part
go ahead,
two.
go
Next
ahead.
corner.
What is she going to do with that? I mean, she's not.
Well, there's no implements attached to it, so there's not like a yard box, a blade, or a loader.
She's just driving a
no
truck
way.
down the street singing.
You don't know that there's
Well,
no implements. There could be a vibrator on
no,
that
there's-
thing.
In the movie,
Not available in
she
that
has
model.
just been. She has just received financing for said tractor
Oh.
from her soon-to-be fiance, who she doesn't really like, but the son of the feed stores owner.
Horace Vandegeller.
Right.
You know more about this movie than I would ever expect you to know.
She's been on a tear with the musicals.
I know. I've been watching them left
so
and right.
I
want
want to see this movie because I need to see more about this tractor.
Oh, it's
Oh,
super
any of-
cute. And Gene Kelly's in it.
Of course he is.
There's a super fun number.
But
you do all
the
kinds of
pirate,
things.
But the
Yeah.
pirate's not great.
You
No,
do-
I know in general you do all kinds of things, but she's just driving down the road with nothing behind her.
'Cause
So
she
that's
just got
just
it.
a
She
car.
getting
She
excited
bought it home
about
from
it.
her local Ford tractor dealer.
So I will turn to you for all of my tractor questions
The
now.
farm is in trouble, and
Asshole.
with the tractor,
I
because they
could
can't
sense
hire
that
the
the farm
people.
was in trouble from the way she was singing.
Yeah.
I thought you in danger, girl.
And this,
Judy, you in danger, girl.
this next picture I'm going to show you, I just learned of this gentleman last night because I was channel surfing and caught Jimmy Fallon, the Tonight Show last night. Well, I think the gentleman's name is unfortunate because it makes us hark to a different time. But has anybody ever seen this guy before?
I'd like to see him again.
Oh, you can find him.
You
yes.
have another angle?
His name is Dan White. He is a magician.
Oh,
He's
no.
hot
His
as
poor mother.
shit. He is hot as hell. That's the picture from his website. He was on Fallon last night doing amazing tricks. But
Now, does the icon confirm this?
His stats are a little
But
low.
the cool thing that he did was he gave a book to one of the audience members, and she goes through and he says, "Find your word, open it to whatever page you want, find the words you want, make it be a complex word, like not just and, make it a longer word with a bunch of letters." And she's like, "All right." So she picks her word, and he's like, "Well, I'm gonna write, I'm gonna guess your word." So he writes down what looks like an IP address. It's like 314.4.6 or some bullshit like that. So he flips it around. He's like, "Well, here's your word." And everybody's like, "Ha ha, no you didn't, ha ha." And he's like, "No, this is the word." And he looks over to one of the band members that's sitting there with a dictionary. And the guy's like, "Okay." And he's like, "Would you turn to page 314? And the guy's like, "Okay." And he flips to page 314. He goes, "Go to column 1, because then 1 and then 4. Yeah, that's it, because like 314, 1, 4. First column, fourth word down, what is it? It was the exact fucking word of that woman.
Wow.
It was a trip. It was a trip to watch him.
People can do that.
He did shit to they showed him backstage doing stuff with the band, like tripping them out. And then what you got also, because it's the, oh damn it, I lost the name of the band on the Tonight Show.
The Roots?
The Roots. So you got a dressing.
I don't know any of your names, but I know that.
You've got a dressing room full of black guys, and you're doing magic in front of them, and all of them fuck the freak out and like want to run out of the dressing room because there's a little bit of a
she's a witch.
Right. They freak out about it. But he did some crazy stuff with them. But he was amazing. But the big kicker to me was like I saw this guy. I'm like, I don't know where you're performing, but I want to come perform with you, and then I might want to buy one of those rings you were talking about earlier. But I need to figure out. But
harder, better, faster.
Yeah,
sir.
Yeah, here's a magic trick for you.
There you go.
But what the unfortunate thing to me was
when he's tall.
His name's Dan White.
I know the guy that killed.
The guy that killed Harvey Milk.
Harvey Milk.
I'm like,
That's what I thought.
That's unfortunate.
That's right. I didn't really want to Google.
No,
No,
I
but
looked up really fast.
But the
like,
other
wait a minute.
but the other kicker is, I thought to myself when I looked at him, I'm like, well, based on his dark everything, he could actually be a descendant of said man, because he looks like he could be like a grandson of that guy, because he to me kind of resembled the darker features of Dan White.
Oh, okay. I'm like, I'm not
I
seeing
don't know
that,
where
but
we're going with that.
Never mind. But anyway,
but Annette saw him and then made some whiteout, so he agrees.
Is the
That's-
whiteout joke
that's-
still around?
Yeah.
oh, and
Well,
Annette's not
got
gonna
rid
let
of
that
that.
go.
Welcome back, whiteout joke.
Oh.
We've missed you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Where
and,
have
and
you
Amina's
been?
just catching the Judy Garland on the tractor.
I'm very
Friggin-
disappointed that I don't have my Show Tunes hard drive on me, because I could have I could have pulled up 3 clips from that movie.
You know that this one made
immediately.
some whiteout after watching Judy Garland on a tractor. That was too many dreams coming true.
And
at the
mostly
same
because it was
time.
about the tractor.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I
Oh.
wonder if that's on YouTube. I'm gonna look.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
How could
Maybe
it not
not.
be?
Well,
How
'cause
can
there's
it
things that are
not be?
not.
Well, but we can't
It
play it.
will be tomorrow.
We can't. We can't play it. But we can play this song, and we're gonna do it right now.
Two things is what she brings. Two things is what she's talking about. Two things, important little things. That is what she's spouting out.
You just need 2 things.
That means 2 things.
Let's get 2 things clear.
And then 2 things about yourself.
And I've come to share with you 1 of 2 things. No, 2 of 2 things. We're sharing 2 things right now.
There are only 2 things I can't stand in this world.
Quick, grab 2 things you love.
It can be 2 things.
Only 2 things in the world I'm scared of.
Rise of fries and 2 things.
Remember 2 things.
I believe in 2 things.
Guys are only after two things.
What's better, doing two things at once or just one?
Never half-ass two things. Whole-ass one thing.
Two Things with Kat Carlson, brought to you by the Kat Carlson Memorial VIP Lounge.
The memorial is silent.
It's a really good commercial. I like the sound of that.
Nice ending, yeah.
My
happy ending.
Goodness.
Icon has to decide.
I kind of think it's a damn shame I've done that every single time that you guys do that.
We don't always pay attention.
Every time. You never do.
The song is called Happy Harvest. Oh, I'm excited now. Continue on. Kat Carlson.
Very good. Happy what?
Merry Christmas, whatever.
Marion.
My wayward son.
All right. Well, honey, time marches on. Sooner or later, you find out it's marching across your face, right?
No shit.
Truvy says it must be true. You know, a lot of folks are looking forward to the year 2020. There will be another presidential election.
2020.
Yeah, 2020. 2020. Another thing that'll happen in 2020 is the census. And so as I was sitting here ignoring the show with Clayton McKee for a while, scrolling through my Twitter feed.
I like where you're going. I know where you're going.
I saw that the HRC was starting to tweet about how Trump was going to remove the LGBT questions from the census. You can't erase us. You can't ignore. You know what I mean? Like very, very active. I was like, well, that's weird. I don't remember that we were on the census.
Right.
I always thought we were kind of not on the census, and maybe it wasn't about us. It's just a head count.
Sure.
Right, and I mean they do use it for a lot of different things. So I started kind of looking into it, and there's a couple of things going around. Number one, there's an alleged draft of an executive order that I can't get from a reasonable source yet. Mm-hmm. We'll see if Maddow has it tomorrow. We'll see.
I haven't watched tonight's version yet, episode yet. So
the other thing I did is I went and I looked for the 2010 census form, which does not have any LGBTQ questions about it. The thing that I did find is the way that they process the data, right? Because you can collect a lot of data and then process it in any way you want. Right. And so there have been changes in how they process and correct or not correct what they deem as erroneous responses. So, for example, census comes to my house, and for the purposes of this thought experiment, we'll pretend that I'm married to Sharon. And we fill out the thing, and, we decide, all right, well, Sharon's head of household, so she fills out person number 1. I'm female and married, and there are 4 people that live in my house, and 2 of them are my biological children, Mm-hmm. And then I'm person number 2, and I fill it out, and I'm, female, and my relationship to person number 1, spouse, married, la, 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 la. So then when it goes through their number crunchers, they say, oh, well, this must be a mistake, and so we're going to move them from a married couple to unmarried partners, right? Which is how they list LGBT households. Okay. So it looks like they're not planning to change the form, according to NPR. In fact, it's a little late because they're already in preparations for the census. It's a little late to change that. There hasn't been, research done on what kinds of questions. So it looks like they're going to send out the exact same form. I'm not 100% sure what the HRC is talking about, but everybody settle down a minute. They're not erasing us.
Yeah, because we weren't counted yet.
Right, we weren't counted yet to begin with.
We weren't on the board to be erased, yeah.
Sure. You got to write it on the board before you can erase it from the board.
We're like 30 miles from the chalkboard.
So I'm not super duper sure where the HRC was going with that. But in breaking news, this is really topical because they just tweeted this out like 10 minutes ago. And I've been ignoring the show.
We don't have a sounder for breaking news?
Oh my God, I do.
Make the sound. Make the sound.
Make.
But you have to read the headline over it. Are you prepared to do that?
I'm prepared.
Oh my God, here we go. It's just like this.
This just in. HRC freaks out about the census. Tonight at 11.
It's got an open, and then it's got where you read it.
I can't talk over this singer.
No. Let's start. We're gonna do this again. So wait. So let's start. Okay. So there's a 9-second breaking news stinger to alert the people that breaking news is coming. Then there's a sound bed to talk over the breaking news. Yep. Then there's a breaking news close.
Okay.
We have to do all of this.
Anyone who heard that,
right? So we're gonna start over.
Yep.
So this is the open.
Yep.
Then there's a bed.
Okay.
Then there's a close.
All
so
right.
we go here.
1 Mississippi.
Sylvia, I think there's breaking news coming.
3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi. It was only 7 Mississippis.
Headline.
news.
This just in. HRC freaks out about the census. NPR says no big deal.
Oh,
At 11.
There we
At
close. Hold on. There we go. In and out, just
Stirring
like that.
anthem.
Oh my goodness.
In and out. That's how we do it. Now,
Icon.
now the listeners
Icon.
are alerted.
Professional.
There's
I know. I added the listener at home. Shh! Breaking news is happening.
I got that from Blitz Wolfer.
I got fuck off. I got Sylvia to fuck off.
I love Wolf Blitzer. I can't help it. I can't help it. He's very excited.
I really want to get it from Christina Amanpour. I like her too.
Yeah, there is also. So I was reading through this NPR article that they just updated.
Oh, they do I have to breaking news that too?
Like,
They
no,
just
no, no.
okay.
No. Like an hour ago. Like I'm just illustrating that this.
I wish there was something
recent
for
and
like
topical
past
things.
news. If they should have like a past news bump.
Wah, wah.
That's old news.
Old news. Yeah, I'll find something.
There is a reference in here that maybe the Trump administration wanted to add some more factors that are trying to identify like Middle Eastern people and like really kind of persecute them. And so now there's a faction that's kind of concerned that there will be less participation,
right? Which is
from
what,
some of these groups, like people of Middle Eastern descent, people of Hispanic descent, people of Mexican origin. I feel like the gays are the least of our worries at this point.
And the one of the things is there's a right-wing conspiracy that the census is rigged and that that it won't be a minority majority country soon, and then there's a left-wing conspiracy that the census is used to gather data and know where people are. Sure. So you end up with people under filling it out, and then you don't get the representation you needed because you've created this place where people are kind of skeptical of it, but it's coming from both sides of the aisle, and it comes at you from this weird, and every 10 years there's a new conspiracy, and you're like, wait, now which one am I supposed to believe? That they're overrepresented or underrepresented because, now they know where you live? Because there's a lot of people that are, like, honestly terrified of it and won't.
Yeah, because it either comes in the mail or they come door to door, right?
Yeah. And the door to door ones, I think they're going less with that. Wasn't it in 2010 that they had to like curtail that? They couldn't find people that were willing to do it.
I don't know, because I actually knew somebody that worked for census and went door to door. So
yeah, but I think they had problems last time because there was a fear of going to other people's houses, and then there was the fear from the other side of people showing up and where they really like sanctioned census workers. So that's what I mean, like the conspiracy.
Why are we so afraid of everyone, and why do we hate the people that provide us essential services? I cannot wrap my mind around these two things.
And so the commercial.
With somebody like Trump in office, though, I wouldn't want to open my fucking door.
And now pay attention. Because
no, but do you know what I'm saying? And if I'm not afraid to open my door, I'm saying if I have a fear of being sent somewhere. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like I would have.
No, I get that. Like if
and
if ICE is coming along with the census people,
right.
then go fuck yourself.
And that you wouldn't know, are they?
Right.
I mean, are they following the census people?
Like it'll start happening in January. Pay attention. You're gonna start seeing. It'll start with like billboards and print ads, and then by like 2019, it'll be all over your television, where it'll start being the Walmart, like, we can't advertise that we sell shoes, we just have to convince you we're not shitty people. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, that's all the Walmart commercial is like, we're not terrorists. We're not ruining your life. Here's this black person to show you. Like, those commercials are so pointed at people like me that stand down on, like, hating Walmart. Because you're certainly not seeing any ads for specials or anything like that. They gave up that ghost a long time ago. The census will start doing that. And you may not have noticed in other cycles, but so now pay attention, and you'll start seeing it creep up, and it'll become a part of like
be counted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it starts off very subtly as billboards, and it works its way into. By the time 2020 comes around, you're like, oh, the census, and you really think about it, and then it just disappears completely. Yeah. But it's kind of creepy how they have to, because they're working against prejudices and suspicious and conspiracy theories that have been around for decades.
Oh, sure.
Like, it's not new at all. Yeah.
Well, in case you're wondering what's the big deal and why is the census so important, it turns out there's a lot riding on the U.S. Census getting an accurate count of the population. The Supreme Court has ruled that federal funds and congressional representation must be based on the actual count of individuals within a district and not any kind of statistical sampling technique that attempts to estimate. Right? So your congressional district, if your neighborhood has grown or shrunk, or if your state has seen a big influx of people or a mass exodus, you know what I mean? Your congressional representation can change.
Okay.
Based on that. So if we're if we're underrepresenting our numbers because people are afraid to open their door and are not responding, then we're going to be underrepresented in government. We're going to be underfunded by things that are funded based on census.
So that's the left-wing reality to the right-wing nut job point of view. There's an answer to both sides on overrepresented and underrepresented. Yeah. It's a fascinating time of year.
For example, originally there were 65 members of the U.S. House of Representatives. Then after the 1790 census, we got 106. And then it grows and grows and grows.
Yeah, because it's a minimum of three, a minimum of 2 or a minimum of 3 per state. The lowest you can have is 2. The lowest you can have is 2, and then it goes by hundreds of thousands of people each time you get another one.
That's not true. Montana has 1.
No state only has 1.
Yeah.
No, you're thinking Electoral College, not House of Representatives.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure Montana has 1.
Because that was the big deal about...
breaking news, we have a debate on the show.
No, but that was the big deal because what's-his-dick's son, Junior...
Right, and Maddow covered the whole thing because they wanted to vote by mail.
Correct.
And somebody said no
then they
because more
changed
Democrats vote because of mail.
And they lost that, and they did it by mail.
Yep.
Good, because it costs less money, dipshits.
Right, and I love...
fiscally conservative motherfuckers...
I love the fight that they got about that, and it was blatantly stated in the letter that he was, the opposition was, we can't do this because more Democratic people, we get a better turnout of voters if you mail it, because everybody, it's a lot easier rather than going to the library.
And when you turn out bigger numbers of voters, you get more Democrats.
You get more Democrats, right?
Wow, that is a...
Yeah, so you're thinking Electoral College.
Oh no, but I really did think there was a minimum of 2, and then you went up.
Yeah, everybody gets 2 senators.
So what does Wyoming only have 1 then too? Because isn't Wyoming the lowest populated state?
I want to say that they were mentioning it was only Montana, but maybe that's because that's the only one that was going through this issue. So
yeah,
hang on.
That may be why.
Ballotopedia says we're gonna see if I can find a listing of it sorted by how much. How many?
Oh, hold on. I think
Did you just look up Wyoming?
2 things. 2 things.
That's nice.
Yeah,
we're
more
Googling
than 2.
both of them.
I like it.
We have all kinds of things.
12 things.
Oh, we got races to watch. We got junk.
There are 7 states with only 1 representative: Alaska, Delaware, Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, Vermont, and Wyoming.
There you go.
I honestly thought Wyoming was a state with the least, and my favorite thing about Wyoming license plates is they have like 3 numbers on them.
Yeah, and California has the most.
Yeah, that is obvious.
Which should go without saying.
Yeah, and I was unaware. So the least you can have is 1, and then it goes up. It's based on some 100,000.
So that's thing number 1. Thing number 2. Did you see the thing about Rick Perry and the student body president?
No.
This fucking guy.
Go ahead.
In a new segment, I like to call this fucking guy.
I like that segment a lot. Yeah.
We're gonna
Make
jingle
it
for
happen.
that.
Make it happen.
Newly appointed Energy Secretary Rick Perry, who didn't know what the fuck his job was when he got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is the guy in charge of the agency that oversees the nation's nuclear arsenal. Didn't know his job when he fucking got it.
Oh, energy. He thought they meant gas.
And he decided that it was worth his time to write an op-ed article addressing an election for student body president at his alma mater, Texas A&M. You know why he was mad? The gay kid won, and the white guy cheated.
Oh, my God.
That's right. That's right. In an op-ed submitted to the Houston Chronicle, the former Texas governor suggested that his alma mater's first openly gay president may have stolen the outcome Perry wrote that the campus election, quote, at best made a mockery of due process and transparency, and at worst allowed an election to be stolen outright.
Outright.
Outlast. Outright. Outlast, outright. I don't know. He says, it is difficult to escape the perception that this quest for, quote, diversity is the real reason the election outcome was overturned. Does the principle of diversity override and supersede all other values of our Aggie honor code?
Right.
Oh. The campus election, where's the part that tells me what the fuck happened? So there were complaints. So the campus election ended with a junior economics major, Bobby Brooks, winning 4,200 votes, and another candidate, Robert McIntosh, the son of a Dallas-based GOP fundraiser, got nearly 5,000, but was disqualified amid complaints that he intimidated voters and failed to provide receipts for glow sticks used in an online video.
Oh my God.
That's right. That's right. And our energy
Not
secretary.
about the glow sticks.
This is where he weighs in.
This is where he went, and he basically claims that the kid won because of the gay card, and the diversity is ruining his college that he hasn't been to in 40 fucking years.
And
you couldn't tell he ever went to a college.
Right,
to
I mean,
listen to him
like,
talk.
I'm going to need to see
Is that an honorary degree, sir?
Now, this may have sounded a little familiar because Perry is following in the footsteps of his new boss, though on a much smaller scale. Right? Trump
Good
spent
night,
months
Harrison.
claiming, without any evidence, that the election was rigged. Until he won.
It's true.
Until he won. Then
fair,
not rigged, but
Funny
then
that.
illegal voters, and then blah, blah, blah. It's not the first time Perry's been a little, we'll say, in the weeds about LGBT
Facts.
issues.
Yeah.
Facts,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
He wrote
Some call him that.
He wrote an entire book titled On My Honor, Why American Values of the Boy Scouts Are Worth Fighting For, in which he questioned whether sexual preference is determined at birth or is a matter of personal choice, and noting that he hoped that the Boy Scouts would never change their longstanding exclusion of LGBT people. This
He's probably
fucking guy.
horrified now.
This fucking guy.
This fucking guy. Dumber than a box of rocks, with my apologies to the box
the
of
rocks.
Yeah.
Yes.
To
And
both
those-
the box and the
And
rocks.
the rocks.
Those are my
Two things.
well prepared 2 weeks in a row.
I
Two
like it.
things.
I would like to take this opportunity to read three breaking news headlines that have just hit my phone, and I'm just going to read.
We can't be
Wait,
these people.
we
Hold
need
on.
the stinger.
Hold on.
I have a sticker.
First up, we can't be these people. I refuse.
We're not.
Yeah, no, because
You make me happy.
okay, so she's touching her breast
What the
again.
fuck is that?
Back when we didn't have cameras and she was always playing which one's my nipple.
That was a funny show, though.
That really was. God, that was funny.
All right, Clayton, you may
All
speak
right.
now.
Breaking news.
Thank you. No,
Yes,
we're gonna.
please.
I was just gonna read some three headlines that just popped up in my phone. An attempt to repeal the North Carolina bathroom bill fails, leads to finger pointing by the GOP lawmakers and the Democratic governor. Anti-abortion activists who made the undercover videos of Planned Parenthood, you remember the big scandal about those, charged with 15 felonies in California. And also, sports news, the U.S. women's national hockey team members agree to a 4-year deal after protesting for fair play. I think that's good of them to do that. Fantastic. Yes, sir.
Nice. Well done.
I think the real breaking story
Oh,
there is
Mama
that we have a
Di, you're
national
right.
women's hockey team.
Yeah, better than the
How
men's.
do you not
number
know
one.
that? Yeah, they're
better than the men's.
Their record is better than the men's.
And the men's hockey team.
Is this like the
said
Olympic
that
team?
they
Is this
went-
like the women's national soccer team? Do we play
right
internationally?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Internationally. The
Internationally
men's-
ignored.
The men's
Right.
Hockey team said that they would go with them and support them and
Yeah, like
and
several members
boycott.
of the men's team, they're like, okay, we're striking too. We're boycotting too. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, shit.
It was very cool. Yeah.
I thought it was cool.
I have to admit to ducking out for a tiny bit of when you were talking. What's wrong with this hockey team?
They're women.
Yeah.
And they were protesting the fact
That's
that
not what's wrong.
they were no, that's not what's wrong. Well, no.
Kind of. Yeah.
They were protesting the fact that they have a better record than the men's.
But aren't
the men's team flies business class. They get each one of them gets private hotel rooms when they travel. The women are forced to double up in each room, and they're fly coach, and they're also paid minimal compared to the men.
Oh, so they're like nuns to priests.
So they were going to, I forget where this weekend. They're going to, what is the tournament coming up this weekend? I forget what
Roses.
it is.
I don't remember.
No, it's not. But anyway, they were supposed to play this. They're supposed to play this weekend as well as the men.
Mm-hmm.
So they were protesting that they weren't going to play until their demands were met.
I agree.
And men on the men's hockey team said, nope, we're going to stand in solidarity with these gals.
I remember my gynecologist bringing up this topic, but I didn't hear the whole story.
Viva la
It was right as he was kicking you in the ass saying, get out.
Exactly. You don't have one of those.
At this time, we'd like to go to this cheery little thing. It goes like this.
And now, thoughtful vulgarity, where we in the studio try to make ourselves slightly less shallow, which is not hard to do. We will ask one question of the panel while fucked up drunk, because you know at home how well it goes when important questions come up several hours after alcohol has been served. Politics, religion, why not? What could possibly go wrong? Who could you offend? Good luck. So, who or what's the most important person or thing? What's the most important thing you got going on in your life right now? Like
Cat Carlson Memorial VIP Lounge.
The memorial is silent. God, we are good.
Should take this show on the
We should
road.
really get a podcast.
We've tried that.
We tried 5 years ago. We wound up with this.
I think we'd be horribly successful or just horrible. We're not
Mediocre.
sure. Yeah, mediocre. The most important thing?
Person, you know,
Thing,
Project thing, something like
project.
that.
what's keeping you motivated this day, week, month, hour?
Health. Mm-hmm. My own.
Yeah, okay.
No. Mental and physical.
Anything
Feels
you're...
weird to kind of
Marnie, are you in danger, girl?
Yeah.
No, because with mom's health and where things have been and just kind of not. So
realizing the importance of it, yeah.
I have a partner who
Is it health
may
or not
may
dying?
not be a little wanty of my time, and will admit that freely.
I have a cat that's the same fucking way. I'm about done with it.
Right.
Hate to equate
you're
Ernie.
not.
You're
not.
I'm getting.
And with mom stuff that's going on, just health wise and whatnot, I'm very good at focusing on other people and not focusing on me.
Yes.
So it's very weird.
I'm right back on board.
Yeah,
the
it's
bells
very
of innuendo
weird for
ring.
me.
Got a little visual of your own mortality is what's happening?
No, not even mortality, but just sanity. Kind of sanity.
And as you're taking care of other people or satisfying their needs, you all of a sudden you realize, oh wait, I let myself go through all this. Like,
and if you do, and I firmly believe now that whole idea, and I've, you can be very good at saying it to people, but if you don't take care of yourself first, you can't take care of anybody else. So.
Yeah, and I 100%. There was a point in my life where I had to stop and say.
Very much, Jenny.
I can't run, I mean, like, I can't make all these people happy. It's just time to take care of yourself for a minute, because, the icon says I'm not finished.
Right. Well,
can't be with the one you love the one you're with.
And I'm noticing myself like completely just kind of, and I had becoming somebody that I just didn't want to be at all. So. Just making some changes.
We've been meaning to talk to you about that.
I figured. I wanted to be.
Can we get an intervention banner?
I know, like they did on How I Met Your Mother.
I wanted to keep you from having to make that point.
Yeah.
Gonna make you better.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to have a gif of her doing that.
Just be nice. It's good. So.
Okay,
anyway.
good on you.
Yeah. So that's what's going on.
We're looking forward to it.
Well, hopefully. We'll see.
Yeah.
If you guys notice a change, say, well, we noticed. And if you don't, fuck you.
Yeah. Either way.
God, Marty, you used to be such a bitch. You're kind of nice lately. What's going on?
What happened?
The important thing is to
More
not
drugs. We need
never
more
do
drugs.
something for anyone else's approval. Always do it to like make sure it's yourself that gets sees the benefit of it, or wants the benefits of it.
Absolutely.
Because if you're losing weight, so somebody else will notice you lost weight, and you're never gonna lose enough weight.
Never gonna lose enough. That's exactly right. All of it.
Oh, well, note to self, diet is now over.
Hooray! Cookies for everyone.
Finished cheeseburger in fridge.
I'm making a beeline to Whataburger right after this.
Wise choice. What a burger!
Yes, I like it.
Double cheese, double meat. Let's go, boys.
Well, in for a penny, in for a pound. I drove all the way here. Give me 2 patties of meat and 2 pieces of cheese.
How about a bowl of gravy, too?
Double that bitch up.
Otherwise, I gotta come to the drive-thru again. Either
twice.
you give me both pieces of meat now, or you see me in 50 seconds. How do you want to play it? Choose wisely, sir or
And
ma'am.
let's be honest, I'm
of the
just here
speaker
because
food.
I burned some bridges.
Very good. Very good.
It's so rare you can fit that into conversation, but well played.
Oh, my
It
God.
fit in really well there.
That is
I like it.
fucking funny.
I mean, my gynecologist told me what you did at Wendy's.
Our gynecologist
She's
needs
got
to
her
keep her whore mouth shut.
I know.
She's got her finger on the pulse. Let me
Got her
tell you.
finger
That's
on the
not what her
something.
finger's supposed to be.
I didn't say she was a good gynecologist.
That's not how this works. It's not how
Any of this works.
I'm very uncomfortable.
It's
Are
like
you doing any
It's
of
like
that?
a six-pack. How do you remember you could pick up a six-pack? It's like that.
Stop doing that. I'm gonna throw
You get a good grip and you just carry it around.
Stop already.
That's not how you go about that?
Yeah.
No.
Just to stop the writers, Clayton is not my gynecologist. Just keep your cards and letters to yourself.
I hope not. That'd be an awkward
my
visit.
No, he didn't even make it through the audition round.
I didn't even know I was auditioning.
See?
That was your first problem.
Subtle.
Who's this guy? Just let him do it. Just let him do it.
He thinks he's fixing a lawnmower.
Come on down.
Yeah. He
It's
just,
not a vacuum
Drew
cleaner.
Carey was there.
Yeah.
Your cats are spayed and neutered. I mean, everything gets done.
he's just here to fix the vacuum. Let him go through
Yeah,
it.
exactly. During the audition round.
Oh my goodness gracious. Wow.
Again, I feel like I'm driving the train off the tracks. But trying to
We're
blame
letting
all
you
of
do it.
you.
We're
Yeah.
letting you do it.
We got Reading Railroad over here. How we? Woo! Keep going. I don't know.
That's not how the reading rainbow works.
Railroad, not rainbow. Reading Railroad is on the Monopoly game.
It's
That's
the
right.
Reading.
Railroad.
Whatever. Fuck you. It says R-E-A-D.
You know, but it's pronounced Reading.
Well, fuck you.
Yeah,
My
I know.
Fr-
I know.
My French
That
is
is
bad.
that is their fault.
There's also B and O.
I'm also. That's
Yeah.
right.
And don't you want to know what the B and the O stand for? Actually, probably not.
If only there was a way.
Yeah,
If only we had a
Big and old.
surprise.
Big and old. That's what it is.
That's what my mirror says across the top.
I think the
Just
smoothies
this-
kick it in.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I already took care of
Then
that.
does a banana hit? Do you have to make?
You have to make the banana smoothie.
How much vodka was in that smoothie?
None. I'm out.
Oh. We're going to give you an F for
Be
smoothie
afraid.
making. Clayton.
We haven't got to her. Did she say
Please,
anything
sir,
else?
repeat the question.
So what? Yeah, I don't know. We talked so long. I figure somebody answered a question.
Myra did.
Oh.
Yeah. Or someone.
What or who or like what's the most important thing in your life now? Person, place, thing. What's getting
Ooh, those
you
are all
through?
nouns.
Sure.
Yeah.
Which noun would I like to choose? See,
Conjunction,
I don't think that the Cat Carlson Memorial VIP Lounge is the most important. I actually think I'm ready for new projects. So I think the most important thing right now is to kind of start wrapping shit up and making space.
Could we say closure?
Wrapping makeup.
Wrapping.
Yeah, like I've got book fairs that
Actually,
I
if you
want
make
to
it,
be
just
done
shove it
with
all out.
and get rid of, like, in perpetuity. Like I want to close that chapter and clear the house and.
I feel in the past
be done with the
past
book
couple conversations I've had with you post show, I feel like next year there's a lot of shit that's gonna happen. Good for you. I
hope
feel
so.
I feel like you're figuring out a couple things that are lacking within not only the community but in some of the businesses around. That
Sure.
some needs some needs that they have that they're not getting taken care of.
Maybe.
I think you're about ready to hit big on some things. I think that's
well,
fantastic.
And I can't do anything unless I make some time, because God help me if I
Right.
added one more thing, I would show up
But-
and find my house had moved.
And also, I mean, you've got to figure out how to make all of that and make you money, which I think you can still figure out how to do. But
sure.
I think you're on the cusp of doing some big things, and that's not me bullshitting you.
That's really
I
cool.
seriously
Thank you for
think
that.
you've got some shit on the horizon, which is good.
And there are a couple of projects that I want to explore working on, and I just, like, right now as life exists, it cannot happen. Like, I can do everything in the world and work the bar to make money, and that sounds amazing, but I got to get rid of some of the other everything that's going nowhere.
So what, I mean, what's getting you through this? What are you clinging to get you?
May 20th.
Okay, the future.
there's a literal end time.
Okay,
Like,
that's good. That's good.
I get to the end of this particular school year, and I get to quit that other job, and I'm in the process of like handing off the volunteer work that I do and saying, nope, folks, I'm done. You know, in one instance, it's kind of being done for me because my kid's going to a different school next year.
Okay.
So I'm not going to be around anymore. So sorry guys, you're on your own. I don't care what your crazy principal thinks, because she thinks I'm still going to do it. No.
Pride ends on Sunday.
Right. Yeah. And Pride's an annual thing that will just, keep happening and
rear its ugly
Right,
head.
but this heightened peak right now, we are ready just to get over.
Apex, if you will.
Apex.
Oh,
that's
a good word.
I was going to say, I was going to use crescendo.
Oh.
So
and
yeah.
then the decrescendo.
Yes.
Wow. Clear up some of that so that I have the brain capacity to work on something else. I have the time to work on something else. Summer break's a great time, and I'm already plotting to get rid of the children during the day all summer. So,
Maybe don't say that into the microphone.
Basketball camp. That seems like an excellent idea.
Good cover.
Go do that.
How strict are child labor laws in Arizona? I'm not sure.
You know what's really funny is I don't even remember what I was
It is a right to work state.
I was looking
Have a
at
good
something
couple
online, and I
weeks.
was very disappointed that my oldest is 1 year too young to be a volunteer at the public library, because I was getting ready to drop that son of a bitch off. 12 to 17, the Phoenix Public Library is looking for teen volunteers, as it turns out. So if anybody that actually listens knows a teen volunteer.
Well, you just set the timer now and tell them clock is ticking, because that's what you're spending 5 years. That's a fantastic.
It really is a great program.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Good way to meet people.
Yeah.
Don't think I'm not going to add that into my calendar for
the
next
spirit
year.
of
Be like,
reading.
hey, we're going to sign you up next year.
And then you got to dangle the carrot.
and talk
Like
with
if you
them.
want your
Yeah.
driver's license at 15, then you got to do this for a couple years.
My mom is like, you run for an office. You get yourself in a political office.
Yeah, that's what I like.
I think that's coming down the line. But
I think it is. I think one of the things I want to kind of make some time for, because there is an election coming, in the next year, and I know a couple of candidates that are going to be running, and so not knowing what the fuck I'm doing, I feel like I should go work on their campaign.
And
to learn.
Get a taste,
Yeah.
Get a peek inside.
I'd be happy to put you in connection.
What my gynecologist calls a peek inside. Yeah.
I'd be more than happy to put you in connection with the friend of mine who I was talking about, who worked for Bernie Sanders' campaign and
cool.
for Hillary.
Nice,
She's still in town.
Awesome.
Be happy to put you. Mackenzie is her name.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's and that's a thing. Folks that I do know that have announced that they're going to run for something. Our friend Katie Hobbs is going to run for Secretary of State. I'm sure she's going to need volunteers, and I've already tweeted at her, hey,
available
volunteer, bitch.
And that's 2018.
Yeah, so
I think I really
that'll
can hitch
happen.
along to that camel.
Yeah.
Midterms. Midterms are going to be very exciting this year.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Very interesting.
Yeah, a friend,
I think
Nate
they will
Witten
be.
is going to run for something. Rebecca
yeah.
Winiger, formerly of this network, is going to run for something. So I feel like there's like political opportunities out there that I need to make time for.
I would agree.
There's,
And it's good for you to see how the sausage is made in regards to that, so that when you get to that, when you're on deck, we can run.
Spoiler
although with
alert,
the way I'm
gonna be ugly.
able to bullshit my way through everything else.
Right.
Well, and is with Katie Hobbs, just a curiosity on that, isn't did I read right that Stanton was thinking about it, or did he?
No, Stanton is already going for Secretary of
Yes,
State.
okay.
Is he?
Because at one point he was talking about it.
So she'll be running against Mayor Stanton.
Right, because that's where we're getting that Tom Simplot, who was our district, I'm going to use the wrong term.
Representative.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He was, because Laura Pastor is, so he is actually going to be running for mayor, and if elected, he will be Phoenix's first openly gay mayor.
Good on him.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what he's aligning himself for. I learned that
Interesting.
like 6 months ago. I ran into
Sure.
Tom at Stacy's actually, and he was telling me a little bit about that. So of course I'm like, Tom was like, well, can I get your support? I'm like, you bet your ass. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm happy to support that.
Sure.
Well, and everybody wants to be on a winning campaign, but also 50% of politics is losing.
Yeah.
So
Right. There's always going to
no,
be that. But
I feel like back a horse that you believe in and
hope for the best.
give it a go.
well,
Right?
he did the way I got looked at it. He did so many great things for this area, specific in being selfish, specific to this area of town.
Who, Tom?
Yeah, he did so many good things for that, and I don't see how that would be bad. He's as open-minded, if not more open-minded than Stanton is, because Stanton has been fantastic, I think, at least for our community. But I think overall for everybody, he's well reasoned and he's open to everybody, and he
stops and takes selfies with us at the parade.
Right. Even though Al has no idea who he is in the picture until the next year.
That's all
but,
right.
but still,
And my icon says he was great.
Huh?
His
his
meter
stats are
reading
good?
was
His
they were
stats are
off the
good?
charts.
But no, I just think Simplet's a great person to get by. But no, but I agree with you. Like there's a
It's
lot
gonna
of
be a
things-
fun time
me crazy.
politically.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Like a dog with a
sure.
bone.
Yes.
For me, it's focusing on similar to what you said. I have a deadline of some stuff that's ending into September. I'm turning 48 in September as well, but that has no bearing on anything. But I'm trying to wrap up some things that I've got going on that I just want to be done with, because I too am looking for just a more simplified way of running.
Right, but what's the most important thing right now to you? Like we kind of lost we went to goals instead of like, what's the most important person to you right now? Like what's getting you through today? Like what's the person, place, or thing that's...
Well, if you're looking at it for right now, my focus is on. It sounds short. My focus is on this weekend. I have a whole ton.
Oh no, that's what you're doing. But what's the person, place, or thing that you're depending on to do this? Like what's the most important?
Sandwiches.
There you go. There's an answer.
That's what's gonna get me through.
There you go. Feed the hunger.
No, what does she always say? A good breakfast.
A good breakfast.
That's a true
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
It's
Like
important.
not
Wake up
what
and have
your
a good
goals are, but what's the most important thing to you right now? What's the person, place, or thing that's getting you through this?
Focusing on the end of the road for some shit.
Okay.
Focus, it's the same answer.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Wrapping up stuff and buttoning things up to make them more simple. So I'm focusing on the clarity
Like
and,
an
the,
end
and
goal,
the cleanliness, if you
So the
will,
most important thing is the future.
Right, the future. I'm working on a goal of getting some shit wrapped up and some stuff organized by then. And I just see company-wise, like we've got a lot of irons in the fire right now, company-wise, and I need to get some other stuff cleaned up so that works out better for everybody. Things with regards to my mom, and just as everything gets put in line and put in place in life, I'm just looking I need some stuff cleaned up, and then everything will be much better off. So I'm focusing on the end of stuff.
Okay.
But you just keep going, and the fact that you got to keep swimming no matter what. You just got to keep going. So right now I'm just like, let's just keep moving, keep going. More coffee. If we need more coffee, let's get more coffee.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing.
Absolutely.
What about you, Alfred?
I think the most important thing to me right now is like a work-life balance. Like making sure I'm working enough, but I have a life
to
I'm
pay for a life.
No, but that I'm taking care of my life on the other side. Like, am I making sure that my friendships are intact? I'm not neglecting friends to work more and not playing hooky from work to be with friends more. Like that right balance of all that stuff. So that's really the most important thing to me right now is just people and work and jackets.
No, but I like that. I get that. I get that. Yeah. That balance is
and getting and
that
trying
might
to
have
get
been
it right.
A better way to put it.
Yeah,
I like that.
Pretty much fail at it at every point.
I guess I could look at what you piggyback your answer with. I guess that's akin. I'm looking for that balance too, but I know that balance isn't coming for a little bit.
Yeah.
Full balance. I mean, I can see it. I know where it is. But but you're right. You can't have one without. You really can't have any sanity one without the other.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Unless you win the lottery and you're retired and you have, or something like that, where you have to worry about work.
Right.
Then the whole damn day is you're riding a tractor down the line singing.
And it really that you work the 6 out of 7 days, and at the end of it, I feel like unhealthy and gross and exhausted and emotionally and physically drained. But then you get like the 7 days off to rejuvenate and enjoy your life, and you're like, well, that wasn't so bad. I can do that again. And then you're in the middle of the next time you're doing it, and you're like, what the fuck?
But in fairness, the huge difference is, I think Marnie goes through this too. You and Marnie are in a similar boat that Kat and I don't have. Mine obviously is vastly different. I don't deal with people across the bar like she does. I mean, that's not part of my work job. I deal with bars and restaurants and their staff, but not like you dealing with customers. But the two jobs that you have, yours more so than Marnie's, but you're dealing with mentally exhausting things and emotional things for you. And I can't, for you to run a 7-day run, I just can't even fathom that.
But I felt there was the same challenges when I was working at the bar. Like if I was picking up shifts over and over again, and you're like, all right, I'm making money, but I have no life whatsoever. And I'm surrounded by drunks, and everybody's, I'm breathing in cigarette smoke.
But you weren't worried. But you weren't. It wasn't life or death at the bar. That's an emotional task. That's
right,
different.
Not usually.
Yeah,
right.
There's the odd heart attack, but
yeah, it adds one more block on the scale of one side. But there's still that, and I'm sure you're talking about the same thing as you're trying to like deal with children, book fairs, pride. Like, where's the lane? Like, where's the lane that lets me touch all these things but get the fuck through it?
Yeah.
Sure. And I do have to say one of the goals that I had at one point in life and failed miserably, but it was a goal, was to
starlet.
Exactly. And to be my own gynecologist. I mean, clearly that's a job that you have to hire out for.
Bigger mirror.
Yeah. See, now we're back to the drawing board. We're back to the audition phase with just a bigger mirror.
Make it so.
Yeah, we're just gonna make
it so.
So
maybe some sort of prosthetic or like extension of an arm.
But like this, you put a mirror on one of these.
Oh.
Where do you think your vagina is?
I don't know where yours is.
Well, it depends on where you put yourself on the table. Depends on how high your
That's
table
why you
is.
failed the audition.
Yeah,
That you didn't know you
See, when you were waving the microphone in my face, I was like, all right, clearly can't be a gynecologist.
Sophia walked over and been like, hi, Al.
Yeah.
Mine's in a drawer on the West Wing.
Yeah. Fuck
There
you,
you go.
Sylvia. So, seriously, but one of the things that there was a point in my life where I was about to take on something new and exciting, and my goal was to be present, be in the moment, and experience the whole thing. Don't just live through it. Don't just make it to the other side, but like
every first-time mother says that about childbirth.
Yeah,
they don't mean it.
And I gotta tell you, it was an epic fail because it just turned into just power through this motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like, I was gonna sniff the flowers, enjoy the journey. No. It just turned into, how do I get to the other side of this motherfucking door? Who do I gotta kick, kill, or carry? But we're done.
We'd like to thank Al for being on this journey with us.
It's an exhausting journey. So, but I always put that out there as like an aspiration to like not just get through something, but actually like experience it.
Sure.
And it's hard because there's some things just become ponderous. And you're like, all right, I'm done.
Yep. Yeah.
Are we done?
Yeah.
Fair
When you're 3/4 of the way through a book that you don't like, and like, oh, just fucking finish it.
It's be done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just need to be done with this book. 'Cause
I've got like 100 pages left.
I'm not sure how this all ends, but who fucking cares?
Nice.
Whatever.
Book club, 2 weeks.
Good luck to y'all with your book club.
Yeah. So you gotta have to finish you and then whatever the next book is.
Me.
Yeah, we'll figure out the next book.
You, me.
So you has to be done by the next show.
We'll talk about you, and then we'll launch the next book in 2 weeks.
Remember, everybody, we don't have a show next week. Is it the 4th? That's right, the 4th.
Yeah, so you have 3 hours that night to read.
No show because it's after Pride, and we're going to be fucking exhausted.
We
Al's
don't
coming
enjoy
from
your
out of
sanity.
town.
And before you go off, let's give them a reminder of what the book is, so they can be.
That.
Well, no.
No, go ahead. Why is the brown guy already ignored? What the Annette? What are you talking about?
Oh, Annette who put in there that it was all about him, and somebody peed in his chutney, according to Amina.
Aww.
I apparently missed your chutney post.
Cat, you have to put him in the.
Did I say make it so? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I thought.
Annette, you're in.
You have to be very specific.
You can be
very specific for
secretary to Southeast Asia. Pacific, whatever.
Right.
I don't care. Yes, I said yes.
Oh yeah, we're all
she
on
said
board.
Make it so.
Make it so. That's Captain Picard for yes.
Yes.
That is not a metaphor. I want to be in your cabinet.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, don't wish for that. So it's
bury
you.
myself in your cabinet.
Yeah. The book is You by Carolyn Kepnes, and I have Kepnes.
Sure.
I don't know how we're pronouncing that.
Something.
Kepnes. Harrison has started, and she feels the same way. Like it's disturbing.
It's all of the notebooks from 7.
Yeah, it is, and that's the best description ever. Everyone that I've told that to has been like,
"Oh, it is."
Yeah. So there you go.
Alrighty.
Nice. Thank you, everybody.
He smokes Bullwinkle. Guess what you've done? You've wasted another Tuesday night, Wednesday morning with us. But you're welcome. You really are. All of you out there, wherever you are, in the ships at sea. Holy cow. You know what happens when we come back? It's our 5th year anniversary of doing this little dog and pony show.
That's right.
My gosh.
Get ready, people. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
A lot of wasted time.
A lot of it.
Really is.
5
A lot of
years.
it.
Yeah.
Holy
My
cow.
God.
Well, do check with us in a
Felt
couple
every minute of
weeks.
this.
As we wrap up
For the
tonight's show,
love of
let's leave you
God.
with this parting thought. We will
See you next Tuesday.
You've been listening to The Show on Q Talk America.
I'm here because I burned some bridges at Wendy's.